place on the line. Your favorite's carved in stone divine. It's all about your top four, nothing more. Rushmore show kicking down the door. Ranking the icons, the greats we adore. It's all about your top four, nothing more.
This is the Rushmore Show, where it's all about your top four and nothing more. Welcome, welcome, welcome. As you guys come on in, say hello. As you can see, it is just me tonight. What's up, Prime? What's up, B2? What's up? Dusty's in the house. Hey, guys, it's just me tonight. Andy is out, doing his night job. He's actually preaching the gospel, preaching some stuff down at a new church he's been invited to go and preach at. And we're excited for him and excited, hoping that he's changing lives. But thanks for being here, everybody in the chat. As you guys come on in the chat, say hello. If you're lurking, that's cool. But, hit that like button, and that helps us more than you know. If we can get that like above 30, that would be fantastic today. Let's get that like above 30. And say hello at least once, man. So just so I know who you are. If you're new here, welcome to the Rushmore Show. We are a show that goes over pop culture, right? And we just kind of talk all these different things. And right now we're in sports. And during sports, we have all kinds of cool topics. And today's topic, we're talking inspirational movies and inspirational sports movies, if you will. So that's really a cool thing. If you guys like sports movies, start dropping those in the chat. A couple things that you guys may or may not know. We will have a poll going on who's the winner today, which means I need to make some notes because Andy usually makes the notes. He usually does all the videos. I'm a one-man band tonight, so I'll make some notes for all of our picks. And I actually have a new guest on tonight, very first time, and I have another guy who's actually replacing Andy tonight. So we have a really, really great show for you, hopefully. And so we're watching the Bengals and the Steelers. Looks like Steelers are up 7-0. And I could care less about either one of these teams, but go fantasy football. 7 of you in the chat, hit the like if you would. That'd be awesome. And hey, so what's going on? Last week was freaking awesome. Such a great time hanging out with 3 good nerds. If you don't know about 3 good nerds, go and check it out. Great pack ripping channel. He does it with his family, his wife, his son, and his wife and kids. And they get into all kinds of stuff. They have great fandoms. Go check them out. PNX. Someone better say Angels in the outfield. If Andy was here, that's his pick because Andy is such an Angels fan. But I don't know that Angels is going to be picked today. But we'll see. We'll see. But, hey, let's get our friends out here so that I'm not out here by myself just kind of chatting. As you guys come in the chat, say PNX, man. I hope you're doing well. I've been following along. Looked like you had a blast at the last convention. That looked really, really, really fun. Video games is coming around. And we'd love to have you back on the show, you guys. That's Pammy and Javi. If you guys don't know anything about PNX, what a great channel. I think they're getting close. They're inching close to that 1,000. It is criminal that they're not at 1,000 yet. And they very well should be. They're a great channel. They just go on search and hunts and all that kind of jazz and, the normal retro video game type channels. But it's all about personality over there. Those guys are really fun to hang out with. Kevin, my childhood friend, is in the house. Kevin was my best friend in 8th grade. And, man, we've reconnected. And we if you want to know anything about video games, go to Kevin. Sorry, we've been missing a bit. It's crazy. Hey, look, you never have to apologize for missing my show because I can tell you I miss you guys' show. I miss everybody's show. Life just happens. If I just sat here in front of a camera all day long and watched everybody's channels that I like to support, I would literally get nothing done. I am so excited for anybody that shows up, and I appreciate that. Oh, look, we already got our first list in the house. Let's raise the banner. And Barry in the house. 1, Facing the Giants, great movie. 2, Brian's Song. 3, Woodlawn, what a great movie. What a man, I forgot Woodlawn. Gosh, I love that movie. And Rudy, of course, Rudy's on our banner on our thing tonight. So good pick. Good pick. Hey, let's get our guys out here so we can chat it up with them and not me just you guys hearing me. So again, Andy's not here. He usually does all the video in the background. So bear with me. Here we go. Top 4 inspirational sports movies of all time. Let's get it. Looks like my internet is a little slow tonight. I'm hitting the button or the reaction time. I do need a new computer. Anybody out there want to ship a computer to me? That'd be nice. My computer is dumb, and that's probably my next big purchase is some kind of PC so that I can do this a lot better. Hi, Kenneth Bird in the house. Andy, you are the weakest link. Goodbye. So Barry, if you didn't hear, Andy is actually preaching at a church tonight. So I'm going to pray for him here in a little bit. You know how we keep everybody in our prayers. But let's welcome to the show. First off, let's welcome the guy who, at last minute, kind of jumped in to replace Andy. You've seen him before. It's our friend Matt from Dusty Flotilla. Welcome to the show, Matt. We'll let him explain all about his show here in a second. But hey, Matt, there it is. And let's get our other guy out here. And here's a little unique thing about Poppa. You're not going to see him today. He does a faceless channel. This is going to be our first faceless channel. And Barry, you want to be on our show. This is how you're going to do it right here. Because Jose's coming on the show, and Poppa is going to be faceless today. So welcome to our show. Our guy, Jose from Poppa Bear and Baby Bear.
What's up, everyone? How are you guys? How's everyone tonight?
Barry, see, Barry, we can have this thing go for you. Hey, and that's a good thing. While you guys are in the chat, let me click on over here to this one. While you're taking notes. Good, because we're going to have you on the show, and this is how it's going to be. So we could stare off into your beautiful woods, Barry, because I know you love to do that. If you guys don't know any of the guys that are out here in the chat, follow along. Drop your channels just like Dusty did. Everybody has a wrench, so share with each other and go follow each other. Poppa Bear and Baby Bear have a great channel. So first, let's go back up to our replacement, Falco tonight, our replacement player. And this is the second time you've been a replacement. That's okay. Hey, but look, Andy couldn't make it, so you're going to fill in for Rushmore Show Andy. Matt, tell everybody what's happening over there at Dusty Flotilla, why people should go and follow you, and what you got going on before we get started.
Just my channel, Dusty Flotilla, and Dust Bunny Squadron. I'm a lot of pop culture right now. It's been very Pokemon heavy still, but I'm doing movie reviews and just anything pop culture related. I'm a child of the 80s, 90s, and so forth. So there's just I'm in a lot of stuff, movies especially, you name it. I want to do it if I haven't done something already. My channel is also family friendly for those that are concerned. But I implore you guys to check it out. It's fun. I recently hit 10,000 subscribers in August and doing well. I can't complain.
Wait, hold on. Nowadays, over here on the old StreamYard side, they have given us some great sound effects. Let's see. Say that again. What? How many did you hit?
I recently got 10,000 subscribers in August of this year. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Good. Congratulations, man. Such a great channel, and did it quickly. Hey, so let's get our other guy out here, and let me see if I can remember how to do this. Exit layout. All right. On over on our other side, Poppa Bear and Baby Bear. He'll tell you all about his channel, but he is a collector. He is a guy that has just been such a great addition to our community. Every time he shows up, him and his son, we got to shout him out. But they have a great little channel, just doing things over on the family side. Let him tell you all about it. Papa, tell everybody what's going on over on the Bear channel. No
I def-
Goldilocks.
no, you're good. I want to just say, Kirk, and I do mean this from the bottom of my heart. I pretty much speak from the heart. So thank you. Thank you for having me on. I was a little nervous earlier. I actually called Kirk. I'm like, dude, I'm so nervous doing this, man, because I'm kind of new at it. So I appreciate it. I know I told Matt, thank you very much. Our channel, as you can see, our background. I mean, we like this is how we go from everywhere. I mean, it's bad lighting, but we have Goodfellas, the movie. We have a card from Goodfellas. We have basketball. We've got the Pope. You can't really see. We got John Dillinger, Shohei Ohtani, Tony Soprano. So what I'm getting is we just do a little bit of everything. We don't really, I guess baseball would be something we mostly do, but I started the channel for my son, Nolan Ryan. He's my world. He's my life. He's my everything. And I can't speak enough. He's my moon, my stars. He's my everything. So he wasn't doing very good at school. And, and I think I talked a little bit about it. He's high functioning, very high functioning, but just autistic to a certain way. So we tried to do everything we possibly could for him to do better at school. And he came up with this idea about a YouTube channel, and it was the best idea he's ever had. And he has skyrocketed since then. As he's getting older now it's all starting to come together. But that's why we started our channel here. And I wish we could say we've got about maybe 450 subscribers. What I've always said, thank you to everyone. We always say that because we never thought in a million years we would get one. But that's pretty much our channel. It's pretty much family, him and I think we're the first ones ever to do a rep. I think we were opening up some cards, and we showed some cards from SGC at a lowrider show. So I think we're the first people ever to do that. So we do a little bit of everything, and hopefully people join us. And if they do, hopefully they like what we do.
And the other day you were taking us on a trip around Wrigley Field, and man, you guys do all kinds of fun stuff. We love your channel, man. We love Nolan. And just seeing all the things that you guys are doing. So happy for you, man. So we're glad to have you. So let's get this thing on the road. Everybody go follow both of these channels while we're chatting. There's 8 of you in here. Make sure you hit the like and subscribes. But now it's time to dive on into what it's all about tonight. And Papa, you're going to go first, Dusty second, and then me third tonight. That's the rotation. We start at Roosevelt. We kind of ranked the heads of the mountain, if you would, guys, and arbitrarily, just by a couple things, we were like, I don't know, maybe Roosevelt's probably number 4 as like significance. I mean, he's done all 4 of them's done great things, but one did slavery, one actually started the country, one signed a declaration, another one. There's all kinds of things. So, hey, we were like, hey, Rosie's number 4. Gave them some cool names, which there they are. If you forget them, they're right there on the shirt. But Rosie's going to be first. So, Papa, you're up first. We always tell everybody the criteria. The criteria is basically why you pick these 4 inspirational movies. I kind of share all the time about Tom Brady. Not everybody loves Tom Brady. It's a love-hate him type thing. You got to give him his flowers that he was a good player. But not everybody has to have him on your mountain because maybe you just didn't like him. Maybe you're jealous of him, or maybe your team just got pounded by him, or maybe your team is the team that beat him all the time in the Super Bowl, like New York. You just don't like him. And us down here, I'm a New Orleans guy, and obviously I'm a Chiefs guy too. So my 2 guys, actually my 3 guys, because of being in New Orleans, Drew Brees, Peyton Manning, and I'm a Chiefs guy, so it's a Montana Mahomes thing. That's probably my top 4. Brady's not even close. And so I don't care how many rings he's won. So you have to tell the people here why you would pick these movies, and they're not necessarily number 1 on the blockbuster. So, Papa, you're first. Give us your criteria, and then jump right on in to Rosie. And if you give me a second, I'll probably be able to pull up a little something, at least maybe for each of them. We'll figure it out. But usually Andy does that. So you're up, And no, this is Rosie, but first tell us your criteria. What you got?
Yeah, just so number 4, I can promise you, I know we were talking about it earlier, Kirk. The movies I picked, I can almost guarantee you, not a single person has picked them, but I also told you what they mean to me and why. It's more of a early 90s movie, late 80s, and it got me, I mean, if you keep up with the channel, I boxed for many years. It got me into martial arts. It got me into taking that leap of faith, if you will, with my buddies, and it was just something that came out. I was hooked. I don't know why this movie inspired me, but it just did. And as soon as I say it, I'm sure some people would be like, "Okay, I can see that," while others be like, "Really?" But my movie, if I can say it, it's Bloodsport.
Let's go, Kumite.
Yeah, yes. So it is, and as you can see, I even have my boxing thing right next to me. But it was just one of those films. It's my number 4. And I even said this, it was inspirational to me and my buddies. There was like a little karate place not too far from us. As soon as we watched that movie, we were hooked. We were trying to catch fish, not looking. Remember when he's not looking?
Yeah.
We were trying to mimic that movie all the time, which is funny because we were at school, we'd play and play fight, and you would always start with the kumite. Kumite. And to me, that's why I chose number 4 for me. It's probably not the greatest, but to me, Bloodsport was just one of those movies, just had me hooked, man.
Man, it still has me hooked. I'm gonna just shout this out. I've said this. Bloodsport's been on my mountain at least twice. This is episode 192, by the way, 192. Yeah, it's been on my list at least twice. Van Damme's been on my list at least maybe twice. But my favorite story about this. So COVID's going down, and COVID, we all kind of found a way to veg out into movies and TV again, whether it was via internet or YouTube or whatever. And I'm sitting at home and I'm like, I'm just going to go through a ton of lists of movies I haven't seen in a long time and watch them with my son. And, we were going through different ones, and I was like, oh, Bloodsport. And Cannon, my son, he just started karate right before COVID, and or Taekwondo actually, and he loved Bloodsport, and I put it on, and man, I've got video on my Facebook where he is like, he set up his own, like, the mat kind of like goes like this, and it kind of goes up. He set up his own thing with all these cushions, and he's like doing all these cartwheels and stuff and kicking, and I'm watching, and I won. In the 80s, earlier 90s, 80s, and all that was just different, right? As kids, we had a little bit more leeway on what we watched. I didn't remember the R-rated scenes that were happening, other than, so in my house, I'm okay with fighting. I'm okay with like war and like active war, like whether it's military or even like police dramas or whatever, as long as, because that's kind of real life stuff, and I can kind of talk my kids through it. But like they drop a couple like choice words, and then there's a nice little scene with the lady and all that, and I was like, whoa, I don't remember this as a kid. And so I'm like, every time that came on or something would happen, I'd start like fighting with him and like just trying to like keep him all occupied. But he loves that movie, and there's like 2 or 3 videos on my Facebook that they pop up in my feed every year when it comes around. What was it, like March, April? And I just die laughing watching Cannon kind of do all these moves. Bloodsport's such a good movie, inspiring. Maybe not so much for me, but I can see, since you're a fighter, in a sense, that a good fighting movie. I have some fighting movies that I want to talk about today. I don't think any of them made my top 4, but there are some in my honorable mentions that may or may not get mentioned today. So, good pick. I appreciate it. Matt, do you like Bloodsport? Do you feel it inspiring? Does it inspire you at all?
I've watched quite a few times growing up, and I think I've caught it a few times on TV. And it's Van Damme's Van Damme, and it's always a good watch. And
So
it's
Prime says
the
Bloodsport
classic.
versus Cyborg versus Only the Strong.
Only the
Yeah,
Strong.
you can't forget Kickboxer. Can't forget
Yeah,
Kickboxer.
No.
absolutely.
Side,
Yeah.
yeah.
Cyborg was a cool movie. That guy with the blue eyes, the what?
Oliver Gruner.
Yes, my goodness, he was scary looking.
Yeah.
So yeah, good pick, man. So you were? Did I cut you off, Matt? Did you want to say more about that?
You're good. Yep, you're good.
Cool. So all right, good pick. So I have you wrote down your Rosie today. Bloodsport. I got to be good at writing these down because usually Andy's doing that. So, man, my lighting is not the greatest, is it? Anyways, I'll turn some more on here in a second. All right, Matt, what's your criteria today? What is Bryce J. Dub in the house?
Hey,
listen,
Bryce is here.
Bryce
Hey, Bryce.
J. Dub is one of my favorite. We have a little video we might drop of him on a little bit, but I also want to shout out he has a new channel.
Oh.
And I was in that number of top 20 to jump in on there once I saw it. I think it's Bale, Beyl. Is it Bale? Bryce, drop your new channel in the chat as well as your obviously this channel. But we want everybody to go. Patrick's in the house. Patrick, we love you, man. Can't wait to hang out with you whenever we can. So yeah, it's Blay. So I said it wrong. I had the right letters. I said Beyl. It's Bley. Perfect. So you guys go follow Bryce's other channel. He's got a new channel. This one's going to be more faceless, kind of like you here, Papa. So, man, take notes. Take notes, Bryce.
I like it.
So, Matt, you're up. What was your criteria of the day? I know you mentioned before we got started, you might have some things that are a little different. And I love it. So bring it.
So my criteria was definitely inspirational. Definitely not necessarily it's a movie, but there's at least 3 of these are definitely documentaries. But I wanted to do some that were really different and really niche-y. So technically 3 of them are going to be a little bit off the road, but not still sports. Not everybody consider them sports necessarily, but they're considered competitive. And you'll understand. So I guess I'll start off with my first one, which is video games related. The King of Kong.
Yes.
King of Kong was 2007, and it was a documentary about Steve Wiebe and Everyman trying to beat Billy Mitchell, who was a 1980s prodigy video game champion who had the high scores in a lot of video games, specifically one of them being, 2 of them Centipede, but then Donkey Kong. And Billy Mitchell in the 2000s, as the movie or documentary shows, just started to try to beat that score, which he did. And throughout the movie, there's a struggle because Billy tries to prove him otherwise. It's got it's like Rocky with joysticks. It's got tension, it's got ego, heartbreak, and triumph all over a 1980s video game. It's unbelievable, and you'll watch it till the end because you just never know how it's going to end up. And Billy Mitchell's still in the news today for being Billy Mitchell, but it's worth a look if you have any love for the 80s and old video games, retro games like that, and also just very spirited dedication and competition in people doing high scores in these games.
Man, King of Kong. Great movie. And yeah, this is kind of where I figured you were going to go when you said
Go on, yeah.
Then you said when you were kind of giving me your criteria. Billy Mitchell's a strange guy, man.
To say the least. Hot sauce mogul and egomaniac, to say the least. I got to be careful because he might sue me.
he does. Nobody gets over on Billy Mitchell. Apparently, he wants to sue everybody.
Yeah.
He's got quite a presence on social media.
Yes.
Or had. I know he's always arguing with what's that guy's name? Carl or whatever his name is. They was trying to sue him and just all kinds of stuff.
The investigative journalist Carl Jobst or Jobst.
Yeah,
He's Australian. Yeah.
So,
Very familiar. I watched that whole thing unfold. He sued him and he won. As far as I saw, actually.
Billy Mitchell is just a crazy personality in the video game world. But the King of Kong, man, it's quite interesting when I think about this. Like, young kid, what was he, like 11, 12, 13, something? He was very young when he first started doing
early teens at the time when he started to become big in the 80s. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But can you imagine like being in the arcade, just kind of hanging out, playing video games? Video games is a new world, and all of a sudden you become the most like famous.
He ended up being gamer here on one point. So yeah.
Yeah, it's let me mute him. Papa, I think you might have a mic open or something, so you're kind of feeding back. Isaac, welcome, dude. Love having you in the chat. So we've already had Bloodsport mentioned and King of Kong for most inspirational movies. Obviously, those two are a little different than normal. So yeah, let's see. Let me open up his mic. Hey, so Papa, what do you think about King of Kong? Do you know anything about that movie?
I do not. It sounds familiar, but I wish I did. I do not.
Yeah.
It's
so
worth a
basically, Billy Mitchell is child prodigy video game guy, and he takes on Donkey Kong, right? And it's just basically his story in going forward and all that. Also, where's Andy? If he comes back, we'll all fall down like Toy Story. No, Andy is preaching. Bryce, Andy is preaching at a church tonight, a different church. He was invited to be a guest speaker. And so it was a cool opportunity. He messaged me about a day or two ago and was like, "Hey man, I can't. If I can go and do this, it'd be awesome." And then I reached out to Matt, and Matt jumped in. Yeah. So thanks for being here. So you haven't heard this one, huh? Look it up if you like video games at all or like documentaries at all. Even if you don't like video games, this is a cool documentary. It's more documentary-esque. But there are a lot of good video game documentaries, even in the same kind of vein, that I can think of. That new Tetris one was really cool. Did you see that one, Matt? Yeah.
The one with the Apple, the one they recounted the story on Apple TV. I love that. It was just so perfect in a little bit of fictionalization and a lot of reality at the same time. And it was good. A lot of people didn't like it, but it was more people that I don't think were gamers per se, but were like, I don't know what they were looking for, but I loved it. It was fabulous for the story of what that was. And I lived through that time. And so did you, Kirk. And, it was good. I enjoyed it quite a bit, actually. Well worth the watch. I'm going to watch it again.
Yeah, it was definitely well worth the watch. So, hey, well, I'll jump in since we can finish up. So we can finish up this first round. So I'll zoom in on me now, which normally Andy does. I got to remember all that. So, here's the deal. When it comes to inspirational movies, did I cry? Did I laugh? Did I feel like I was ready to run through a wall? Was it a sport that I played or something that I could look back on and be like, man, I wish I was that guy, right? I wish I was the Falcos or the Roy Hobbs of the world, right? Something, whatever that can bring me to do something extraordinary. And this list actually was kind of hard for me because we've done so many different sports movies that I feel like almost not every one of them, but gosh, the high majority of sports movies are inspirational. Like it has some kind of, because you're trying to accomplish either the game or the sport or whatever, and not many movies end in a letdown, right? It's almost always like the main star wins the World Series or the Super Bowl or the national championship or the big game or gets the girl or whatever. Like there's something usually happening. There's very few that end in defeat or whatever. So almost all of them are that way in some measure. So I really was thinking, what were the emotional strings that could be pulled? Maybe that would be different than another set of movies. And if I'm thinking about it, I'm looking at my list, and I think at least three out of four of these. Let's see. Yeah, 3 out of 4 of these I've never mentioned on this show, maybe as an honorable mention. So that was another thing I kind of wanted to do. My number one to me is, I mean, it's got to be number one, but my next three is kind of a different take or a different side. So pulling some emotional strings. Number one, or 4 on the list. My first one I'm telling you about. This movie came out in 2001. It is a baseball movie, and then it's kind of a gritty type movie. It starts out not really super inspirational. And if you follow along with the main character, you know what I'm talking about. But there is just a couple big scenes that happen in the movie that really, really are tearjerkers. I'm going to go with the 2001 baseball movie, Keanu Reeves, Hardball. And man, if you know anything about this movie, Keanu Reeves is like, he's got a gambling issue, and the courts have pretty much told him he has to do this like inner city little league. That in itself is inspirational for me. I'm a little league coach. I know how hard it is to hang out with little league kids, keep them motivated, but like to show up not knowing anybody and not really want to do it is kind of the big deal. But then the movie turns on its head, right? These kids are kind of Bad News Bears-ish. They're not always the best players. Obviously, the one kid's a little better than all the others. That's just kind of how the trope always is in little league baseball movies. But there's a huge death, right? And they got the scene where he's like, "I love it when you call me Big Papa." That's when everybody kind of just gets the tears and the napkins out. But what becomes so inspirational for me is just Little League baseball, man. There were a bunch of Little League baseball movies that I really thought of, or like childhood baseball. Baseball is my sport. It's the thing that we love the most here in the Plaisance household. All my kids play. My daughter is playing at a very high level. She's on the recruiting trail right now, and following her along from her little league all the way up and seeing kind of like D1 college opportunities happening. And then my son going through HIT right now. I can't imagine some of the things that happened in this movie, but actually seeing Keanu Reeves turn the team around, become a really fantastic coach, and turn his life around is also on top of that. So if you know anything about my life and my family's life, we have kicked the tail out of addictions. And obviously we fall back into a few every once in a while, but I'll say, what is it? Alcohol, smoking, gambling, pornography, all of these things, even really cursing in foul language. We've kind of getting rid of all of that. Now that's the one we kind of fall into every once in a while, that I feel, sometimes when you get into a moment, you kind of like something comes out and you're like, man, I have to feel like I have to repent immediately. But it's very inspiring to see someone like Keanu go in and do this. And so this little league game, what's up, little Timmy? Welcome back. Great pick. Doesn't get recognized enough. Religious fanboy. I hope you saw what I sent you on IG. Okay. I think I sent it to you on IG. The directory is done. And so you're in it. You're in it. And Bryce, I didn't put you in the directory, nor did I put Dark Link. I'm going to do something special for you guys. But anyways, yeah, 1.52. Welcome back, man. So let's get to chatting with the crew here. What do you guys think about Hardball? Either one.
Papa, you can go. It doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
absolutely. So I've been like biting my tongue, like hyperventilating back here. Like, great pick, man. And I'll tell you why it's a great pick. It hits close to home here in Chicago. So
Yeah.
that was filmed here in Chicago. I remember the team. So the actual ballpark or the actual park where all that happened is on the south side. Let's just say I've had my fair share of run-ins down there, which is it's pretty much like Bronzeville. It's beautiful down there. But as soon as you said that, I was like, what? I was like, just what a great pick based on a true story. And was it the Cucamongas? Maybe I'm off with the team. I remember it was with the K. I can't think of it right offhand. But that song was a huge here. I love it when you come. So it just hit close to home. It's just for multiple reasons here in Chicago. Even
in that scene in itself, it starts out, there's like laughter, there's all this, like the music's going, and then boom, it's just like and then it goes, you go to the tragedy of the funeral. And if you haven't seen the movie, a kid gets killed. And one of the players, and it's man, I get tear jerking thinking about it, but it's so funny too. There's so many funny parts, and the movie is great. Keanu Reeves has come a long way from being Bill and Ted. To be honest, he is one of the top of the line actors in Hollywood. Even like from Speed and Point Break days, he is not a typecast anymore. And this is one of those movies where I think he kind of tried something new before becoming, what he is now, and kind of being like the top of the top, right? And so just a really cool movie. You being in Chicago, I forgot about that being the Chicago kind of side of things, but that's a good one. What do you think about it, Matt? Have you seen this movie?
Not in a while. I love Keanu Reeves, and a huge John Wick fan, among other things. But that always did remind me of Bad News Bears to a point, a little more, quite more serious in some degree in some of the scenes. But it touches on a lot. The guy who's trying to get redemption, and he struggled through addiction, and it's an underrated movie for I don't even know. Just overall, it's not just if you like sports, baseball, Little League, whatever. It's just a good movie. It's good. It's inspirational, and it's absolutely one you should never ever not see. You should not miss this movie. Definitely one that should be on anybody's list.
Hey, so a lot of chatting. Farhan, we had Banks on like 3 weeks ago. He was supposed to be on last week too, but he had to cancel because he was just like Andy. He had another engagement come up. Isaac, what great picks that you have. The Benchwarmers is awesome. Man, I kind of disappointed in myself for not checking the stream. Hey, Farhan, thanks for being here, man. We miss you, and we always welcome you back. So Farhan was one of my students. He's a sixth grader now. Sixth grade, right, Farhan? Yeah. And so, but you're always welcomed, and we love having you. So, the movie is a little bit more on the serious note. I'd say I don't know. Bad News Bears kind of does have some seriousness too.
It's not as much though when you think about it.
Right. It's just a different. It's kind of a different time frame. So, anyways,
that's such a great pick, Kirk. So just the whole Chicago. So when they filmed it back then, they filmed it in the real, and I think those were the Taylor homes back then, in the projects over here is what they call. We used to have a lot of them, but that was filmed in real. That was where they filmed it, was actually where they filmed it at. So Southside's always been known for its rough parts, but the one thing I can honestly say is always just kind of brought Chicago together is sports, man, from the Bulls to the Cubs to the Sox. So that's why that movie. I think they go to Wrigley and they see Sammy Sosa, if I'm not mistaken, if I remember that correctly, and they all start yelling out to Sammy, and Sammy turns around. So for a fellow Chicagoan,
out of all the movies that I watched or that I have on my list, I feel like this is the one that I'm going to watch recent. Like I'm going, as soon as this stream's over, maybe tomorrow, I'm going to watch this movie because it's such a great movie. Anyways, Religious Fanboy, I IG'd you a message from the Reboot Instagram, and on there was a link. If you click the link on your desktop, you'll see it right under the prayer request. If you click it on the mobile, there's a little spot under the prayer request that says you can't see this on mobile. Click that and you'll be able to download it. Okay. And then just tell me if you like what we wrote about you. So if you do, great. If the links are cool, cool. All right. So I'm going to show that off, by the way. Here in a second. Religious fanboy, don't go nowhere. I'm going to show it at our halftime show. And so, so Poppa, you're up again. We call this one TJ Jazzy Jeff, Thomas Jefferson. That's a fun name for that. I've been reading the Bible a lot more, Bryce says. Bryce, you're such an inspiration. I've been watching you with your workout videos and all the things that you've been doing. Dude, I love you so much, man. You are such an inspiration. You're an inspirational sports movie for me. So I am so excited that you're doing that, and I applaud you. By the way, guys, if you don't know Bryce is a video gamer, very open with his mental disabilities, and just a great guy, great person. He talks about all those things on his stream, talks about the hangups with just who he is. And man, he's an inspiration in itself. So love on Bryce if you can. So Poppa, you're up. TJ Jazzy Jeff, number 3. You don't have to tell criterion now. You can actually just jump in. You can kind of milk us in or just throw that answer right out. This one's called
Me.
Yeah, as much as I don't want to, I'm going to have to. Real quick, I'll take 30 seconds. The reason I picked this movie, oh my God, it's just such an inspiration because the main character was my age when it was filmed. Me and my buddies actually rode our bikes down there as it was being filmed. We were watching it. We got to see some of the actors, and it was inspirational for me just because we were into baseball, but we got that much more into baseball right afterwards, just because it was literally right down the street from our house. So just in case, what movie am I talking about? Rookie of the Year. I know it's a Chicago Cubs movie.
Go.
Yeah, I know. It's for a 12-year-old kid, it's filmed in 92, 93. We watched it live. We were watching it live. It was like live. We got to see, like, they use Wrigley. So imagine being a kid at that age going to Wrigley. So back Wrigley, unless you're from Chicago, you don't know it. They used to let you into the ball game after the 7th inning back in 92, 93. And after the game was over, you would have to clean the aisles up. That's how you repaid. So you would put your bike down there and you would just go into the games for free. So we got to see some of the filming, and we just met the main actor. I can't think of his name. He gave us a little bit of a shout out on our videos. But yeah, that is my number 3.
I believe it was Thomas Ian Nichols.
There you go. That's who it was.
I have a bad ability to do these things with people and actors. Trust me. It's normal.
No. That's fantastic. Thank you. I was going to say, I know there was Ian. He is such a down to earth dude. And I told him, hey, listen, man, I just remember being a kid. And he spoke to me and my son. He just came to the card show out in Rosemont, gave us an autograph. He signed something else for me, didn't charge me. I'm like, no, dude, go. And he's like, no, it's cool. He actually appreciated it because we're round about the same age. And I was telling him, from a kid from Chicago, seeing a kid pitching, I think it was just that's why I picked that movie. That's for me. That's why.
Yeah.
I love this pick. You're painting us a picture, right? You got your fighting background, and now we've got your Chicago-born side. I have a feeling, and I may be wrong. I have a feeling that I know at least one of the movies that you might be projecting, just because I see the kind of picture you're painting now. And so that is great. That is great. I love this so much. And let's talk about the movie. So Rookie of the Year, one of my favorite baseball movies of all time. We did baseball movies. We did baseball movies like probably our first year. I think it was probably the very first year. So we did Around the Horn April, and in Around the Horn April we did one of those was baseball movies, and obviously we had the Field of Dreams and all those cool movies. And Rookie of the Year I think was on all of our lists. It's just a fun movie. a kid gets to play baseball. Who doesn't want to do that? I mean, like it's Americans' pastime. Even if you don't like baseball, you just like sports, and you watch this movie as a kid, man, it's inspiration. I mean, that it's fun, and there's so many good characters. The coach is really awesome. The pitching coach, that guy,
Fair.
Dude, I love him to death. But just having what I loved is like having his mom and his friends watching him do this.
Yes.
And like and then of course, everybody sees the kind of broken arm get back in, and they have to try and win it without him. But it was the Cubs too. So it gave the Cubs some kind of weird kind of hope. And
He gave us hope.
Yeah, it's just a fun movie. Good movie. Good pick. Good pick. Matt, did you said you liked Rookie of the Year?
Oh yeah, I'm the one that clapped loudly. So
yeah,
that was a movie I've definitely seen a lot, and it's just one of those movies you don't forget growing up. Especially, it's like one of the things that I take out of it, besides everything that you both spoke about, was I loved his cohort in the movie, who wasn't one of his young friends, but Daniel Stern's character.
Absolutely.
That was always the silly troublemaker guy on the team. If you love him from Home Alone, you'd love him in this. And it's just one of those movies that's good for the family. It's good for everybody, sports or not. Again, it's another movie that I think people should see, whether you're a child or an adult. I think it's a great movie. It's funny, among other things, and very inspirational.
Hey, so I'm going to shout this guy out here in a little bit, but this is Davey Lusko. I want to pray for his dad, and I'm going to stop right now and just pray for him right now, if that's okay. His dad is just a great soul, man. His dad is – so Davey, let me just tell you about Davey real quick. Davey, Rushmore show, Davey is the owner, CEO, proprietor, and just think tank of the Louisiana RetroCon. We spend our time 2 times a year hanging out with Davey. He has other conventions like Craft-A-Con and some other things that we potentially will be a part of in the future. Then we hang out with him at other cons like St. Tammany Collectors Con, Pelicon, and whatever. Just an amazing dude. And his dad is even cooler. His dad is like just Mr. Con, old man Davey. But he had a stroke last week, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. Been in a lot of pain, in and out of the hospital, that type of thing, new medicines, all that stuff. Davey, I've been praying for him. I love you to death, love your dad to death, love Miss Rhonda to death, and give all them a big hug for us. Let me pray for you. Lord, I just thank you right now that this stream means nothing. Inspirational movies mean nothing, but what does mean something is your presence with us. Lord, thank you for just an amazing community that we can lift up each other. And I pray right now for Dave Lusko and everything that's going on, that you reach in and just like you blew air into dust to form us, that you can redo that with someone that's already here, fix all the things that are going wrong, and miraculously, and only you can do, heal him, give him all the greatest doctors, greatest medicines, and all that. Davey, thank you for being here, dude. We love you. It's been a while since I've seen you, but I can't wait to hug your neck again next time I see you, man. So thanks for being here. And let's say hi, Dave. You're a great. Thank you, man. God bless my family. Thank you. Good to see you. It's about to be 3 times a year. Now, Davey. Slow down. 3 times a year. 3 times a year. Goodness gracious. Yeah, I guess we're gonna have to try to find another time to come and hang out at the Louisiana RetroCon. So my best wishes to your dad, Davey. Deeply appreciate the prayers. It has been a hard time, gentlemen. Oh, nice. And also, hey, so Davey, just heads up, a lot of guys that would love to come to these conventions. Bryce being one of them. Bryce J. Dub in the chat, that dude would come. I promise you. Bryce, maybe you could ride down with me. If you make your way to Atlanta, you could ride down with me to Louisiana one of these times. Sometimes I fly, sometimes I drive. So he lives over in South Carolina. Zach Tack in the house, Mr. Atlanta himself. All right, so I'm way off track, but had to pray for Davey. So, Dusty, you're up. Yeah. Matt, we're at we're at TJ Jazzy Jeff. What is your second favorite or third favorite, but second on the list today, inspirational movie?
This is going to be probably the most, I guess we say, divisive, or take it with a grain of salt. It's about competition. It's about people giving their all and not caring about anything but just what they enjoy. And the movie, which is a documentary, again, this is my second of 3 documentaries of the 4 I picked total, is called Air Guitar Nation.
Nation. I do not know this one. Tell us.
2006, a documentary. It's about exactly what it sounds about. It's about people that do air guitar competitively and put everything they have into it. Stage diving. I mean, you name it. You have bartenders, office workers, dads, everything, and they just rock out. And it's like it's inspirational because it may look silly to most, or a lot, or some, or whatever, but it's about letting their freak flag fly and being themselves and being comfortable and enjoying something that they feel they're good at, and they are. Some of the that you think, air guitar. You watch this and you see how these people commit, and it's insane. It's one of those movies you're like, I never thought about this.
I am watching the trailer right now on my phone, and this looks fun. This looks fun.
It is totally playful, upbeat,
who
joyful.
doesn't love a good air guitar? So my wife the other day sent me the
great music.
My wife the other day sent me. I am the drummer. I'm the on everything. Music's playing. I'm tapping on the steering wheel. My wife sent me. Which is what I sent Andy about a year ago, and his wife said, no, he cannot have it. But my wife sent it to me as if like she wanted me to have it. But they make cymbals for your car now, and
really,
you can like drum on when it hit the cymbal.
That's dangerous.
Yeah.
I was a Rock Band junkie when it came to the drums. I love doing that on Rock Band. Oh my goodness.
I who doesn't love good air guitar? I think of Bart Simpson. But
I mean, it's like they give everything.
Man, hold on 1 second. Long time no see. They're all coming out of the woodwork today to see everybody. Fox, Psycher, Fox Play Gaming in the house. Bro, I miss you, man. Good to see you. And yeah, hey, Barry, this is a big game this weekend. Us LSU fans need you to finish this deal, okay? Finish this deal. We're not playing well. We're skinning by. I don't know. Like, our offense is kind of going in the tubes. But most of the SEC doesn't look very good. And all of a sudden, Alabama looks like something again, which I hate that. Hey, Bud Files, welcome. Hey, Poppa, have you ever seen Air Guitar Nation?
I have not. I'm so sorry. I have not.
It's obscure. I picked a couple weird ones, but
I can play a mean guitar, an air guitar. I can play a mean one, but yeah, exactly. Yeah, I always think of the movie "I Love You, Man." Have you ever watched it?
Oh,
you're playing the bass.
Yes.
You're playing the bass, man. Yeah, you're slapping the bass.
Drop your channels before you go.
Rush.
Yeah. Oh, I love that movie. Were you smoking tonight? No, I wasn't. You're slapping the bass, man. Slapping the bass.
Oh, wait. Hold on.
He's like,
let me do a little favor for us. Back in the day, when we pre-recorded Poppa, we used to put some fun intros on all of our videos. And when we would do these fun intros, Andy and I would act them out, and we would just have such a blast doing it. We don't do it anymore. The editing time takes so long on these on these long podcasts. It's a little different when it's like a 10 or 15 minute video, but when it's like an hour and a half, 2 hour video, and you're editing all, like, it just takes so long from your family. But we used to put these awesome intros on there, and you just reminded me of a great intro that I am about to show you guys. And it is
nice.
It's perfect for this. So let's see if I can pull it up.
And sorry to take it there. I didn't mean to throw us off the line. But as soon as you said air guitar, is the first thing. Slapping the bass, man. Slapping the bass. The first thing that came up to my head.
You're right on point where we need to be. You're right on point where we need to be with this. Gosh, why is it not pulling up? Let me. Oh wait, I know why. But since you're doing that, let's talk about my next one, and then I'll once I bring it up, I'll be able to share it with you guys. So once I get it there. But there it is. Of course, right when I say that, it comes up. So let's see. So let me do this because I'm not normally the guy doing all the tech. Let's click this over here, right here. Let's present, share screen, do right here. Okay, see if this works. Does this work? Can y'all see my screen?
Nope, not yet. I see a waiting, which means it might be popping.
Yeah, it's like circling.
There we go.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh, there you go.
YouTube's.
This is the video here. Rushmore of music bassists. Look at this intro. Hold on. This is back in the day. Hold on. Come on, pull up. Man, my internet is just something else tonight.
YouTube's been having issues too for a couple days.
Tell me when it's playing. Is it playing?
Still thinking on my end.
Yeah, same here.
I don't think it's actually you. I think because YouTube has been having huge trouble with even live streams and regular. I would let it just maybe load and try it later. Maybe. Yeah.
Slap in the basement.
It didn't play? Dang it.
No, I haven't seen anything yet.
So
I know, but
it's just spinning. It's spinning.
Yeah.
I'll come back. I'll just come back and revisit it. Oh well.
Well, I will say this:
Andy's usually the one reworking it. But anyways, our intro to it is "I Love You, Man" Slap at a bass, and it's the top 4 bassists of all time, and we kind of play that out, and it's just a fun time. So
yeah.
So
we're all with the right friends here. We all share the same sense of humor to a certain extent. So at least we got that one.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So hold on. What is happening? I'm frozen again. Let's click this off. I should have known better. I told you I needed a computer. This dang thing's stupid. So you guys holding it up. Let's see. I'm gonna have to get out of here now. What the heck? There we go. Boom. Now all of a sudden it caught up. There we go. Now I'm seeing Jose. Back.
Okay,
yeah, there you go. We're back.
There we are.
Back. I'm sorry. I tried to share it. I don't have enough bandwidth for it right now. But just go look at the Poppa, to go look at the bassist, top 4 bass. I'll send it to you. I'll text it to you. And then you can see the intro, both of you guys. But it's basically a clip of that. But hey, let me jump into mine and we'll finish off. So my next one is not much different than my last one, to be honest. It is similar in tone. Might be a little more funny. Potentially a little more funny, but a lot of the same things. It's also kind of based off of a true story. This one is 2006. 2006. It's based on a true story. A guy named Sean Porter. That might give it away for some of you guys, but this one's all about mentorship. And this is with my guy Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. I'm going with Gridiron Gang.
Yeah.
And let me tell you why. As a coach, right? I'm a coach. I coach baseball. I coach softball. I coach basketball. I've helped in football. I'm not really a great football coach, but this movie is about Sean Porter, or Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. He is going into like a detention center, right? These kids are kind of like bad kids, right? And as a teacher and someone that deals with a lot of kids with a lot of personalities, it's just you see the raw side of this with what Sean's doing. And you know, when this came out, The Rock wasn't the mega star he is today. Also kind of like Keanu Reeves. He was trending that direction, but he wasn't there yet. And then you have Exhibit that's on there with him, and you know, as the assistant coach. But there's a lot of raw messiness. You know, there's no filters that are kind of happening with this kind of story. You see all these kids coming from different backgrounds. They're really broken kids, and he just buys into them. And I have to be honest, like this is like kind of my life's work. I run a couple sports teams and my son's little league team, and we're potentially going to be a good team. Right now, we're not. But there is so many good players, and one of my favorite things to do as a coach is just to get down on a knee at their level and look them in the eye at 8, 9, 10 years old. Just tell them how good they are, what they don't see in themselves, where they're going, why they need to be here, and just seeing, you know, the process happen. And that's kind of what happens in this movie from beginning to end. These kids kind of doubt, kind of bad news bears on the football side, right? They doubt. Obviously, they go on the getting the new uniforms, like that part, that whole scene of getting those new uniforms, and those kids just feel it. They feel hope. They feel like almost like a redemption story, right? And I love that. And this stuff preaches. I mean, like literally, this kind of movie preaches. So basically, you can't change your past, but you can rewrite your future was the whole thing, one play at a time. So my next movie, going to finish the first half of the mountain, going to be Gridiron Gang, man. Have you guys seen this awesome movie?
I have, when I was following that era, the Attitude Era, I guess, of WWF at the time, not E, with The Rock and Steve Austin and everything. So I was watching everything Dwayne Johnson / The Rock. Not one of my more watched movies of his at the time, but definitely one I remember. Again, it gave me a lot of vibes of a lot of different movies, kind of mashed up, but not in a way of being copying or, you know what I mean? It's just one of those troubled kids. And it kind of plays into a lot of the same tropes that you see a lot of other movies, even The Longest Yard, whichever one you want to talk about, whether it's the remake with Adam Sandler or the Burt Reynolds one. You know, there's always pieces of these other movies that are homages or otherwise. And it was another good one. Definitely one of the, you know, one you weren't going to expect from him so early in his career of acting.
Yeah, I can't disagree with you. I mean, that's kind of when I watched it, those Attitude Eras. But what do you think? What do you think, Poppa? Have you seen Gridiron Gang?
Phenomenal movie. Yes, watched it a while. Well, it was maybe 2007, 2008, I think is kind of where I watched it, because it was a, if I remember correctly, it was a juvenile home. Was it Kilpatrick, maybe? If I remember correctly, It was like Kilpatrick. And the only reason that was in L.A., I remember. What's up, Poppa Bear? What's going on? You want to say hello to everyone? The little guy just got home. Say hello to everyone.
What's up, baby bear?
Yeah. See, we're live.
Cannon.
Yeah.
Come here.
Say hello to Cannon.
Hello, Cannon.
He's not there yet.
Hold on. He's coming. Hold
So,
on.
just so you know, Matt took a look at your Pokemon cards. He's like a Pokemon expert. He absolutely loved it. Oh, there he's saying hello. Say hello.
Hardcore enthusiast.
Cannon.
Hey, Cannon.
Yeah.
Hey, man. I'm glad you're home, man.
And,
We're hanging
Matt,
out with your dad, man. Thanks for letting us have him for a little bit of time. All the dogs came in.
Absolutely. Now he's home. He's with us. Right? Love you. Oh, thank you, Papa. He just gave me a big kiss. But yeah, I remember watching that. Phenomenal movie. And I'm not just saying that. That's a great pick, because I think it was in LA where they filmed it. I could be off. No, I think it was Los Angeles. It's like so many of these kids are just kind of thrown away, right? Like, what are these kids good for? I mean, let's get. But like I said, that whole movie's revolved around just give them a second chance, man. Give these kids a second chance, and it's not far off from Hardball.
Yeah, I was thinking that actually.
You know what? That's kind of where I was going. Let me tell you, I have had a second chance, Poppa and Matt. I've had a second chance, and Matt, I believe you have had that second chance as well, or a similar. Poppa, we've talked about your story,
way,
yeah, and like it's just one of those things that, and I see how much you love that little guy, Poppa Bear. That he is, I see him, Cannon, and I see my girls, and my life has shifted a whole lot about being about me to now being about them. And when I seen some of these movies, and I was like, okay, inspirational. What inspires me today is not the same that would have inspired me back when these movies actually came out. You know what I mean? But now looking back, this is what really gets my gears going. And really, when you look at sports movies, there's such a redemption story in a lot of them. So, hey, yeah, Davey, he says hello, Retro Cannon. So, yeah, go follow Retro Cannon show. By the way, that he's over on. I think he's got like 140 now. I'm almost 140 subs. He's kind of ticking up there. So, we haven't even really put any content out. Hey, so I think we're halfway. So let's do this. Halfway, right at the hour mark. Kind of like I said, guys, probably about 2 hours. But here's the deal. I got a couple things I need to share with you guys. So let me zoom on in here. Number one, if religious fanboys in the house, if all you guys are in there, I'm going to show you this. This is the beta. All right. This is the I don't know. It's just kind of a potential model. Davey, I'm going to have some of these out on our table whenever we're hanging out with you guys from here on out. It's probably not going to look like this. I actually just did this from my regular computer. But this is the start of the Coalition of Christian Creators Directory. I'd love to put it in color. I'd love to actually get it printed for real, but this is just kind of my thing to kind of go through and proofread and check and double check and triple check. It is now actually on our website. Our website is rushmorereboot.weebly.com. Let me put that in the chat if you guys want to go visit it. rushmorereboot.weebly.com. If you go there and go to the ministry section, right under where you can put your prayer request. You ever have a prayer request? Go right there to that page, drop it in there. It comes right to us. That page is all encompassing for everything we do with Rushmore Reboot and our conventions. Davey, Louisiana RetroCon is actually on the webpage on the convention side. But this right here, we run into people all the time that are kind of nerdy, geeky, weebs. If you don't know what a weeb is, this guy kind of loves anime, bronies, cosplayers. It doesn't matter what your jam is. You're Star Wars, you're a Trekkie guy. There's a lot of people out there that feel like they're not accepted or loved within the doors of a real or brick and mortar type church. And COVID really blew this thing up kind of, and there are a lot of really cool ministries like ours that are nerdy, geeky driven, right? And so this is the first book that I know of its kind. I have reached out. There are 130 different creators in here. And I'll just show you kind of what it is. There's 130 different Christian creators in this book. And so it opens up right here saying, welcome to the Coalition of Christian Creators Directory, a comprehensive guide of ministries, creators, and communities where Christian faith and pop culture fandom intersect. In this directory, you'll find churches for gamers, podcasts, and channels for Christian geeks, outreach at comic conventions, family-friendly streamers, and more. With every entry highlights how these individuals are blending Jesus with the love of gaming, anime, sci-fi, comics, and other fandoms. Whether you're seeking spiritual encouragement in the geeky spaces or looking to connect with fellow Christian nerds, this directory will point you to a variety of faith and fandom initiatives. If you're interested in having your ministry channel or page added to the directory, go to this email. And so you can be added. So Religious Fanboy, I'll show you your entry right here since you're on here. Don't scroll back. LMNOP, right, redeemed, reformed. We're almost there. Reform, Religious Fanboy. Here you go. So, Religious Fanboy, this is your section right here. Religious Fanboy, there is all of your links and a little description. It says Christian voice actor and content creator using anime, manga, and pop culture to share biblical truth. Through short, heartfelt videos and creative storytelling, Quentin helps younger fans see how faith connects with the media they love. If you want me to change any of that, Quentin or Religious Fanboy, let me know. And I've been researching this for about 2-3 months, just going through. There are so many good people in here, and I've tried to get all their links. And I'm going to hand this to someone at a convention that wants to know more about Jesus, but just doesn't know how they fit in. And I go, there's a lot of people just like you and me. Go check some of these guys out to find where you need to be. And so I'm gonna have these books printed into like booklets and have them as kind of like at our desk and hand them out to wherever. You can go and download your own copy at rushmorereboot.weebly.com. You can download this exact thing. And so go check it out and let me know what you guys think. The next thing that I want to share is, since we're talking about conventions, the next convention is coming up in about a month, the beginning of November. We're going to be at St. Tammany Collectors Con. Now, the big draw this year is Guardians of the Galaxy. Not Yondu, but the guy who replaced Yondu when he died or whatever, the guy that takes the arrow and that guy. I can't remember his name. Sean something. But he's going to be there along with a couple other people. So what does that mean? That means I am going to be preaching about Guardians of the Galaxy at St. Tammany Collectors Con. You know how we do it, nerd in the word. So that is going to be happening at STCC. Sean Gunn, thank you, Dave. So Sean Gunn will be there. So I'm preaching on Guardians of the Galaxy. And you know what that means. We're going to be preaching about teamwork. We're going to be preaching about redemption stories. We're going to be preaching about a lot of things that have what happens in that, a great Marvel story. Hey, we got 14 people in the chat. If you're here, this is our halftime part. Hit the like. We're about to have my friends back on in about 2 minutes, a little bit more than 2 minutes, because I got to highlight a couple people. Bryce was just here in the chat. If you want to be a part of the membership goes towards making these books. Membership goes towards getting us to more conventions. If you want to join to be a membership, it's only $2 a month. It really just helps do some of the things that we need to do to get to all these amazing conventions to kind of share the gospel. You met him at a PopCon, cool. And I can't wait to meet him. Hopefully we'll get him on the show. But I'll be preaching about him. And if you want to be a member, if you take the $2 limit, if you go to the $2 level, which is the George level, we will actually make a video that we will share on our show at all times. And since Bryce is here, last week I shared all of them. This week I'll show Bryce's. And this is one of our amazing members. Let's highlight Bryce today.
Bryce JW is a full-time content creator, collector, and streamer, spreading kindness one video at a time. From epic Geometry Dash runs and Nintendo streams to game hunting vlogs and podcasts, Bryce leads the Anime Armada, a welcoming, positive community for gamers and geeks of all kinds. No hate, just heart. Join the crew at youtube.com/@BryceJW.
There you go. One of our amazing content creators that are just a fan and a part of our community. Thank you for being here, Bryce. We love you to death. The next guy I want to shout out is our guy, Cade McAllister. Here's a fun story. Cade is working on getting a cool little deal. And if he nails that deal, potentially you'll be seeing a Rushmore blend of our favorite coffee. Check this out. Our guys at Village Coffee. If you like coffee, this is where you want to order it from.
Let's face it, at-home coffee can be pretty stale. Coffee at home doesn't have to be boring. The Village Coffee is here to deliver the flavor. The Village Coffee roasts coffee every week and sells online. Go to villagebeans.com to order your coffee today and use discount code Rushmore for free shipping.
There you go. Rushmore for free shipping. There's going to be a Rushmore blend. I can't wait. And Andy seems to think it's going to be a pecan type flavor, but you can order online. They have all kinds. They have the K-Cups. They got microbrews. They got all kinds of things that you can check out. Last thing I want to share is my guys right here, Culture Box. All the Culture Box guys are in this book, by the way. And I'm going to highlight one of our Culture Box guys today. I'm actually going to be on this show Tuesday night. So this upcoming Tuesday night at 9:00, I will be on this show hanging out with these guys. And we're going to be talking about Mothman Prophecies. You guys remember that movie? Let's talk. Let's go here and check out one of our favorite guys from Culture Box, which are just a bunch of Christian creators that we are kind of like a coalition in itself. Check these guys out.
Every other week, join the Retro Rewind Pod as they travel back 15 or more years along the entertainment space-time continuum in their mission to review movies and games, establishing what is still worth your time today. Expect fun banter and trivial insights from Francisco, Paul, and rotating guest hosts who are all out of time.
Whoa, I just noticed it. My guy, Davey, getting in on a video. You know, we already going to do a video on this. Man, Dave's Gaming Galaxy runs the Louisiana RetroCon, Crafticon. We're going to be getting with you a little bit. Andy's going to put a video together for you, and we'll have to put this on the show. We'll start sharing it every other couple weeks. Davey, thank you so much for being a part of the mission. Man, we love you guys so much. And you get some of the, now we can't see them here, but you can see them over on the YouTube side. You have some pretty cool emojis, man. So love you guys. Had to sub and support. Man, appreciate you, man. So let's get back to the show. Guys, this is the second half of the mountain. So thank you guys for letting me take a few minutes and share our friends. So Poppa, you're up. This is Link, number 2 on the mountain. Your second favorite movie, inspirational sports movie of all time. What do you have? I can't believe we haven't crushed yet. We haven't crushed yet. So let's see.
I didn't think anybody would crush on mine, at least on mine. But you never know. I did want to say I'm so sorry. I'm new at this, so I don't know how to comment or how to do it. So everybody who's there, just want to say thank you guys very much. I know Barry was in here. Zach was here, and Bryce. Man, Bryce, I will make sure to subscribe to you if I haven't. I'll check. But dude, when I say this, man, I love the content, dude. So I just want to give a shout out to everyone. If I'm not responding, I apologize. It's not that I'm not. I'm not that tech savvy just yet. With that,
you're so good. No need to apologize. The community is absolutely loving you. I gotta go stream. Hey, are you streaming tonight, Fox? We'll watch later. Had to stop and say hi. Dude, I am so happy that you stopped in. When we're done with this, I'll jump on over. Tell me where you're streaming. Are you streaming here on YouTube? You streaming on Twitch? Where you at? Because I'll jump on over after the show. So Fox was on the show last year during video games time frame. We'd love to have you back on again, Fox. So let's get that thing together. So, so no worries. Poppa, you are just perfect, man. Tell me, what is your number 2?
All right. It's going to go right back to a great, at least for me, a great movie, inspirational. Obviously, I'm going to go the boxing route. So it's funny because I'm sure most people are thinking Rocky. Of course, that would be, I'm sure people are thinking a lot of inspirational for boxing. But I went with, for me, Cinderella Man. It was a phenomenal Russell Crowe.
Mhm.
And it was
Yep.
based on a true story. I think his name's James Broderick. He was a heavyweight champion. What I love about that movie was, man, it was just, I don't know, from a boxing point of view, man, it was just phenomenal. It was he was poor. They lived in a poor place. They were just poor growing up. One of his fights to make it, I think he fought a guy by the name of Max Baer. Max Baer was a heavyweight champion. And I'm not looking at, I promise you, I'm not looking at, it's just, I know this. I think Max Baer killed someone in the ring when he was fighting James Broderick, and he used that to his advantage. He kept making remarks to his wife like, hey, you should take your husband home. He doesn't really want to do this. Back then, the whole mental game. But it was just one of the best quotes he had was, the poor guy fought. He didn't even eat all day because he had to feed his kids, if you remember the movie. And his manager goes, oh my God, imagine if we get you a full meal, like how good you would be. So for me, it just, that is my number two. Yeah. I mean, I Cinderella Man, boxing wise, we had, just, there's so many more movies I want to name, but I'm not gonna, because I'm sure it might bring up, but for me, Cinderella Man.
Dude, there's so much to unpack with Cinderella Man. Really. Great movie. I will say this. If you've been around the show long enough, you know how I do my research. Number one, I always type it in Google. Number two, I always type it in Chat GPT. And then sometimes I go back to Google or I go wherever, and usually, or in YouTube. Those are the three like search engines that I go in, just to kind of ring the bells of what am I looking for, where am I going, where do I want to be. This was on the top of every list I could find. Cinderella Man, Cinderella Man, Cinderella Man, Cinderella Man. One, Russell Crowe. My favorite movie of all time is Gladiator. And it may not be my number one anymore, but in about a 15-year span, you couldn't find a better movie. My dog was named Maximus. I love Russell Crowe. Good dude, faith guy, Aussie. And you know what? He is in this movie, faith-driven, driven for love, redemption story, and he rises to the top for love, right? And it's just a good movie. This is like, so you have good movies and then you have good movie. Like this is a great movie. This is like box office. I bet, I usually do this when we talk movies and when I haven't done it yet. I bet Cinderella Man has like the highest reviews out of all the movies we're going to mention today, from all the people that think they know movies, right? It is, man, it's only an 80% in Rotten Tomatoes and an 8 out of 10 in IMDb. I am surprised. I would figure
That's
that.
shocking.
Yeah. So just a great movie. Great movie.
Yeah. I mean, if you look at the boxers now, they all $1 million, they have $1 million homes where they train. This poor guy was selling. I remember his wife, Renee. She doesn't get a lot of credit because Renee Zellweger was the wife, right? Am I wrong? I think that was the wife in that movie, and she had to sell stuff off just the heat on. If you remember that, so imagine that a heavyweight champion back then is literally selling stuff just to have heat. Just different times from then to now. Just how just mentally strong they were back then. To me, it's just so many parts of that movie is just, if that's not inspiration, I don't know what is.
What do you like this movie, Matt?
Yeah, from a lot of standpoints, honestly, I enjoy boxing movies because, well, I live near Philly and grew up this same area, and Rocky's always a big thing. But not only was it a really just good movie in general, the way it was shot, just cinematography was, it felt that time. It's a real period piece because you don't feel like it doesn't fit. You're not taken out of the time. You're really involved and you're really into the story and you feel like you're there at that time with them back then. And it was just shot so beautifully. And it was just, overall, it's a great movie. It does. For that, having an 8 and an 80% is criminal, to say the least, about that movie. Really.
All right, so let's talk about that since you bring that up. So currently, Poppa, Bloodsport, 50%. Rookie of the year, 41%.
Wow.
Cinderella Man, 80%. Then you go over to mine, Gridiron Gang, 44%. Hardball, 42%. Then you go to Dusty's over here. Dusty's got a 97% with King of Kong, and he's got an 86% with Air Guitar Nation.
My weird ones.
Let's go.
Look at this guy. Look at this guy.
Let's
I
go.
didn't even check for that. I just checked from my brain and for what I believe should be here. That was, I didn't even realize they were that high still at that point. So that's ironically funny. But the other movies on this list, all of them are great.
Yeah. So,
love you, buddy.
This is just a good movie. And it's Cinderella Man is a gem. Isaac says, I saw it when I was younger, but still awesome. Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen. Actually, it's been a while since I've seen any of these movies except Rookie of the Year. I saw recently, like maybe a year ago, not even a year ago, and then Bloodsport I saw during COVID. But all the other movies, including Air Guitar Nation, has been quite a long time because I haven't seen that one. Yeah, it's been a while. So, all right. So, man, good pick, man. I love what you're.
Yeah.
Another fighting movie. So, Dusty, another documentary you mentioned. Possibly.
This will be the last of them. Yeah.
Yeah. So, tell me where are you going? Where are you going?
This
with
one
your
is
link?
really a sport in a couple senses. It actually hits a bit home because I did know about it before in 2005, but it wasn't until my late father was paralyzed in a tragic accident before in 2012 that I really looked into it, just because that he was confined to a wheelchair the rest of his life. Excuse me. The movie, and this is all one word for you, Kirk, so you can look it up. 2005 Murder Ball.
Oh, I know this.
I'll get it. It's basically wheelchair rugby.
Yes.
Full contact, trash talking, adrenaline. Guys, they hit harder than some of the most trained, regular, able-bodied athletes. And it's not a pity movie. It's not playing soft piano music, and it's not. You don't feel sorry about the tragedy they've all been through in their lives of how they got there. It's just about identity, pride, pure competition, drive. They aren't asking it to be seen as inspirational. They just want to win. And it has funny moments. It has intense, and it is as real as it comes in documentaries, I think, when it comes to this in general. And it really, that started actually a big push on that. If you remember, that's kind of where it took off, and it was talked about for quite a while afterwards, and still is today. I mean, still played, but it hit home for that reason I mentioned. And it's a good movie. It's a good watch, just in general.
Well, can I just shout you out again? You're like 97%, 86%.
I don't do that. Yeah. I don't check.
98% with Murder Ball. I will say this. I've seen this one. This is a great movie. It talks about 2004's. I looked it up, so this isn't from memory.
No, yeah.
Figure what it was. 2004 Athens, Greece Paralympics. And I don't remember where I saw this. My wife loves the documentary side, so I'll watch those with her. She probably watched this, and it is intense.
Yes.
Like it's such a good watch. This is not like kind of a sit down popcorn type movie. This is like get on the edge of your chair and kind of like just really get like it's gritty. And it's awesome. Yeah, I love this pick. And I love how we're all painting a different picture. Yeah. I love that about the Rushmore show. Thank you for doing that. Murder Ball. Poppa, my guess is you haven't seen this. This is just my guess. Have you? Prove me wrong.
I'm going to prove you wrong on this one. So I remember watching this a while ago.
Yes.
And Matt, I will say, I'm bound to hit on something with Matt. Matt, I do want to say, beautiful share, brother. You can tell it's just more than a show. That's why I love this community. Sometimes when you talk about things, it hits closer, and why that exactly why that movie would hit home. So, no, thank you for painting that picture for me, Matt. But I remember watching it a long time ago. But if I remember correctly, there was swearing. There was a lot of stuff where I was like, holy, like, oh man,
yeah.
I was like, yeah. And then there was more than that where I was like, holy,
Oh, yeah.
like, what the, like,
So
I
if
thought it
I'm
was going to be.
honest, I probably watched this BC, and if you're not a Christian, that's before Christ. And I got saved in 08. I probably watched this towards the beginning of when this came out, and that's probably why I haven't watched it again, because it is intense.
Yes.
It is. It's raw. I mean, rugby, and
Yes.
sport in itself is pretty rough
Yeah.
and tough, and football without pads to a degree. And this takes it to a new level, and it's an unforgettable experience when you see it.
Gran
Especially-
Turismo. I haven't seen this movie yet, Isaac. I'm really interested in watching it because I loved playing the game Gran Turismo, and I know
They
it's
said
not
it's pretty good.
complete-
Yeah,
I don't know, it's not completely that kind of game arc, but I
crazy.
know that kind of
Yeah.
whatever. But I heard it looks really good. I love the cinematic of this. I love the I don't know. I just really want to see this movie. So Invincible. Listen, that's this guy. He's the Philly guy.
It's complicated.
Yeah, it's complicated.
Talk to my
I don't
brother
like
sometime
the
about that
Eagles
one. That's the
whatsoever.
movie.
We're gonna keep all Philly things off my screen. Isaac, you're a New York guy. Hey, we just don't do Philly around here. Anyways, solid movie. It's like a biopic, but if you're a car head, you'll love it. I mean, I think I would love it. I'm not a big car head, but I do think I would love this.
It's enough to appreciate it.
But
The game's good.
Murder Ball, great pick, man. So I'm going to jump in, and there's a theme with all of ours. There is definitely another theme with mine. I mean, now that I'm looking at it, sports movies have a lot to do with a couple things. One, the thrill of the chase, right? The thrill of like going to get the championship, like seeing, like, for the players involved, right? All the players, whether it's everything from a single sport like golf or fighting or tennis to big team sports like Murder Ball, right? And team sports like football, baseball, basketball, soccer, the whole 9 yards. And then there's the other side of it, right? The other side, and it's the coach side. And I'm looking again, and man, I'm going with another movie that the main focus is the coach. And it's because I am a coach. It is a part of my life to just mentor and train kids. And to me, this is probably the best depiction of a high school coach on what I think I would want to be. But I'm pulling it up so I can get all the specificities. But the movie came out. Here it is. Oh, another great actor. If Andy was here, he would love this actor. He was on his Actors of Actors. And so movie came out in 2005. Another 2005, right? And this movie is all about my friend Ken Carter. And you guys might know him more as Coach Carter. Richmond High School from Richmond, California. So Coach Carter, Samuel L. Jackson, not the say that again, not that guy, but he basically takes over the Richmond High Oilers, right? And it's a basketball team, and they were like undefeated. They're so good. They're really awesome. And the problem is none of the kids can keep their grades up, right? They're just like, it's all about basketball, whatever. And he comes in and he makes them sign contracts. They got to keep at least a 2.3 GPA. They must sit in the front row of class in their class. And I think I'm going to implement that. I'm just thinking about that right now. I do peer leader over at my school. I think I'm going to tell them, yeah. Anyways, I love just the little nuggets that you get. And then they have to show respect to their teammates, their teachers, and themselves. There's a lot of pushback, even from the parents, right? And can I just throw that out there? As a teacher in today, 2025, parents. I said this to a friend the other day. I said, I really think parents need to go back to school, not college, elementary school. Like some of them just have no idea what's happening with their children. But that I digress. That's a whole nother thing. What I love about this is, as a coach, I love to give the ball over. You always get the cliches. What can you control? Your attitude, your effort, that whole thing. But like, this is about like accountability. It's about making sure that it's not just about the basketball game. What if you get hurt? What include your education in that side, your leadership. One of the things. So this is probably a little painful. My daughter's on the D1 recruiting side of things, and the phone hasn't rang a ton, and it's not because she's not awesome. It's not because she's not an awesome leader. A lot of it has to do with financially us getting her to camps and being at the places she needs to be. It just doesn't happen for us all the time. And so we have to make sure we get her and she's seeing some of her teammates that, I'm going to be honest, she is way better than signing SEC schools. She's better than these girls. There's pitchers that she's pounding the ball off of that are getting SEC D1 scholarships. And it's because they went to the camps. They made their places, and we weren't able to do those things. But let me tell you, there is not a better leader I've ever seen in a child than my 16-year-old daughter on the team. And it's one of the things as a coach that you put those things in. And it's because I model myself after like my dad as a coach and people like this, Coach Carter. I love this movie. It's so inspirational. It's all about, and again, it's all about faith, man. Believing in kids, believing in people. And for me, believing in the Lord above. So my next pick, my link, Samuel L. for Link Jackson. So I'm going with Coach Carter. Painting the picture, man. Painting the picture. What do you think about Coach Carter?
I'll go. I've seen the trailer, knew it was Sam Jackson, never seen it because it's not in a wheelhouse that I usually watch a lot of.
Yeah.
Depends. It just sometimes depends. If something's on, it might catch my eye, but it's not one of those movies I really pursued, but I was aware of what it was, and I've seen some stuff from it.
By the way, my IMDb score is going up.
Oh, good.
I was at 42, then I went 44, and now I'm at 63. Coaching Christ and Coaching Sports. Love you, Kirk. Thank you, man. Solid movie. Oh, that's for the other one. Yeah, so it's not a type of movie that you watch. I'll tell you, as a sports guy, this is such a good movie. Poppa, have you seen this movie?
I have, and it's like I always want to jump in. I'm like, I know the rules, but I'm like, oh, but I'm like holding, like biting my tongue. Phenomenal movie. No. It's just, yeah, I just remember Mr. Cruz, the student, Mr. Cruz. That hits home in a lot of ways, but it goes to show how one coach doesn't pull up. He just doesn't. He's just a great coach, man. He doesn't put up with the BS. He doesn't want to hear excuses. And he makes a championship team, man. And sometimes that's just what kids need, right? The nitty gritty of just someone who they can trust in. And yeah, I've watched that movie multiple times.
Yeah. So, Matt, you don't know this, and you're probably not going to watch this movie. So
I might. You never know.
I mean, you might watch it, but I might give this
time in my life. Believe me,
it's an old movie. So if you haven't seen it, I'm sorry, but here is the infamous quote. It's so good. So Coach Carter goes around and he asks every one of his kids, what is your deepest fear? And they can't figure out why he's asking us. They're like, why? Like, we're the best players in the state. We're amazing. And he says, what's your biggest fear? What's your biggest fear? And then there's this kid, Cruz, who really he's the most changed kid out of all of them, if you will. He becomes the leader. Anyways, there's this moment, and Coach Carter's kind of walking away, and he's like, hey, our deepest fear. is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine as children do. It is not just in some of us, it's in everyone. And we let our light shine. We unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. And that quote is often credited to Nelson Mandela, but it actually comes from a book called A Return to Love in 1992. He kind of, it shows this prophetic side of like what Coach Carter was doing. I love these type of movies, by the way. Freedom Riders, The Principal, like all these like really big educational people that go in and take, you know, for what the world would call bums, you know, guys that are just down and out and success stories. And this is kind of one of those. Inspirational for me in a whole lot of ways as a pastor, as a coach, and as a teacher. So that's going to be my hair's kind of standing on my, that's going to be the one. The right offer will come for your daughter. We continue to proclaim it. Yeah, man, I believe, honestly, and she doesn't want to, well, I keep kind of mentioning it, but we were called to Wilmington, North Carolina. My vote for her is UNC Wilmington or Coastal Carolina. That's my vote. And so we'll see it happen. But FYI, this is fun. She broke the doubles record in a season this year for her high school team Monday. And she is currently 16 points over the highest batting average ever in history at the school going into this next set of games. And if she can maintain at least a 460 batting average from here on out, she will accomplish it. So it's pretty intense. So thanks for saying that, Isaac. So, all right, man, we're at the George. Number one pick. Poppa, there's only one answer, and I'm waiting for you to say this. What is the number one most inspirational movie of all time for you?
All right, I'm going to get into this, and I don't know if you know it or not. I know you looked a little bit, but real quick, Kirk, I just want to say this, man. Ever since I met you, ever since we spoke, you love your kids, man. And I just want to send you a special shout out with your daughter, dude. And it's not to take up time or anything. Just you're a great dad, man. You're a fantastic dad, brother. Ever since I met you, man, that was one of the first things you've ever said. I mean, you're a little guy, but your girl, how proud you are of her. And I'm sure she's going to watch a rerun, or if she gets to watch this, just know that your dad loves you and very proud of you. That was one of the first things you ever mentioned. And just want to throw that out there, man. Not to take up time, but you're a great dad.
Dude, time is just a window dressing here. Thank you for saying that. They're my everything. And, you know, biblically, they're not number one in the family. But, man, in my heart, sometimes it's just like, yeah. I love my wife to death. But, man, those kids are so cool. All right, so, man, we're losing people. Y'all don't want to hear about my kids? Stop going anywhere. So, anyways, what's your number? We call it George. All right, we're George of the number one. Man, these Bengals are whooping the Steelers, dude. So, anyways,
are they really?
Yeah,
my number one. It's a movie, and again, I didn't even notice. A Chicago-based movie, high school basketball, Hoop Dreams.
Hoop Dreams, man.
Yes.
What? That was not a curveball. I love that you picked that. So tell us about Hoop Dreams.
So Hoop Dreams is pretty much about a couple of high school players. One goes to St. Joe's High School. Actually, they both go there, and it's just basically following inner city kids. St. Joseph's where Isaiah Thomas went to, and it's a whole story following these kids. They're from the west side of Chicago. One of them from Cabrini Green. it's just such a gritty movie. Just how these poor kids just, man, if they just get a shot, and they finally do, they end up playing a school called Gordon Tech here in the city of Chicago. And you would think the one kid is Aguirre. He was supposed to be the next Isaiah Thomas, and it just didn't work out. But it follows their home life, it follows their school life, how torn they are from one side to the other, how these poor kids, man, just such a gritty movie that I absolutely love, man. And there's no excuses. There's no excuse. At least for me, it was inspirational. Like, hey, man, no matter how bad your situation is, you can make it, man. Just keep trying. It's going to come true. That's why for me, it was always an inspiration. And it wasn't, I don't know, for me, I went through movies left and right and left. What's good? What's great? And again, this is just for me, but this is just one of those films that for me was just inspirational, man. Because no matter how bad situation is, you can always get out of it if you try.
So this might tap into a little bit of Matt, because it's a documentary. This is a great movie. Seen this years ago. This is 94. Is this documentary? Man, I saw this years ago. And you're right. You said Isaiah Thomas, Dick Vitale, Diaper Dandy, baby. Dick Vitale, Bobby Knight. Bobby Knight is in it. But hey, let me see. 90. Dude, you're raising the bar here, Poppa. 98%. You have the second. You've tied Murder Ball. What a great pull.
Nice.
Tied it on a world, considering it a great movie level. Good pick. Have you seen Hoop Dreams, Matt?
No, I've heard of it, and again, it's one of those movies. It's basketball in general, except for maybe some comedies and stuff like White Men Can't Jump and Semi-Pro and stuff like
Which
that.
I saw White Men Can't Jump on somebody's inspirational list, and I kind of laughed. I chuckled.
It's not really inspirational. That movie's just
Yeah,
funny, and I love Wesley Snipes
really.
regardless. But they were good together. But no, I'm like I said, my wheelhouse is elsewhere in pop culture, not really that type of sport. So, but I've only heard good things, and I'm sure I've seen the trailer, because I always watch trailers of everything just to see if I was ever interested in stuff. So unfortunately, I don't have anything more to say. Although,
yeah, that's kind of my wife. My wife is dude. She's seen more trailers than the movies. I know that.
Yeah.
I'm the type of guy. If I hear it's good, I just start watching. If I don't like it, turn it off. My wife, she will watch 70 trailers before we turn a movie on. I'm like, man, I'm movied out now. I watched 70 trailers. So hey, good pick, man. Good pick, man. So
Thank you.
Man, that's rounding off. So I got Hoop Dreams, Cinderella Man, Rookie of the Year, Bloodsport. What a good list. So 2 Chicago movies, 2 fighting movies, painting the picture. I'm interested to see where you come in your honorable mentions, because I have a movie that I think you might like. And so, anyways, Matt.
Yeah.
You're up, man. What's the George? So wait, no more documentaries. So that
no, this is an honest to goodness movie that was in the movie theaters and elsewhere, obviously afterwards. 2008, and I'll say the actor, and you probably know the answer to this in terms of what the movie is. Mickey Rourke.
Oh, great.
If it's the movie I'm thinking of,
yeah,
I watched this movie while my daughter was sick in the hospital. Tell me.
So, The Wrestler.
Yes. I pulled it up already.
Yeah.
2008.
I mean, he gives one of his most human raw performances ever in that movie.
Great pick.
Aging pro wrestler. He's broke. He's lonely. He's still chasing that roar of the crowd that he would want as that wrestler that has left him behind, being washed up and older.
Look who shows up in the chat. My wife. You've got to watch the trailer first.
It's not a comeback story. It's about when the comeback is over. It really is. The matches he's fighting, his own body, his regrets, his past. And it somehow makes it that much more inspirational, that much more powerful. I mean, when he in the movie, he cuts lunch meat in a supermarket as his actual moneymaker. And he still wrestles, even though he's not doing well physically in his health anymore, among other things. No spoilers at all. But, you know, it's a struggle because he's a real person and with a blue collar job, as blue as you can get, probably, I guess. And, you know, the trials and tribulations of trying to win back a daughter that he's estranged from and trying to work on a relationship with somebody he's met more recently. Marissa Tomei was that actress. I believe it was Rachel Evan Wood, I believe, was the daughter. I'm almost positive of that. She's been in things like True Blood and other things. But that movie struck a chord in me, and I don't know why. I mean, at the time, I wasn't even still in the wrestling, but I enjoy a good movie that is something that I have enjoyed in life, or something that just, and it had so much hubbub behind it. And Mickey Rourke was still kind of coming back from wherever his boxing career, because he kind of almost paralleled that to a degree, if you think about it, with his boxing career and him being kind of at the time, a washed up actor and a not spectacularly great boxer, I would remember, from I can remember, you know. I mean, he got beat up so much, he has plastic surgery, and now he's unrecognizable anyway. But that movie is another just gem that a lot of people probably wrote off because of who they heard was in it or whatever. But man, I'll tell you, short of some other movies like, let's say, Foxfire, which is not inspirational to say the least, if you know that movie about wrestling, who is ironically from the area, John DuPont. And yeah, but we won't talk about that. A good movie, Finding Humanity in Broken Dreams, to put it simply.
So my timeline is probably off now that I'm thinking about it. If this is 2008, I went and looked it up. It came out in mid-December in 08. Wider release in January. My daughter, the daughter that I was just talking about, she was born in March. So I bet I watched this movie around the time when she was born, not when she got sick.
Close enough.
And very close. She got sick 8 weeks later. That would have put
sorry.
her, 6 to 8 weeks later. I'm sorry, not 6 to 8 weeks, 4 to 6 weeks later. So maybe it was then, but it was around that time. I remember being in the hospital actually watching this movie. And Brittany's in the chat. She probably can attest to whenever it was. But this movie is phenomenal. And it's so phenomenal, you're going to get the winner today, Dusty, with a 99%.
I don't mean, like I said, I didn't even look these up. This is just,
you got a 97, a 98, and 99.
Well, people don't ever understand, if you don't get to know me or do know me like people do, of how invested movies are in my life. And these are just movies that I've watched repeatedly, or at least a couple times in my life, that have made enough impact on me. And also the fact that some of them, less this one and more the others, that are more of a unique wheelhouse. Movie. And this movie is another one I think people should see, because it's another one, not documentary. It's raw. It's gritty. It's like he's playing himself as the boxer, Mickey Rourke, but as a wrestler, but as the fictitious character, which I was blown away by the movie. I can't watch that without crying at some parts every single time. It's it's his struggle and his pain. It hurts. You feel it. You can feel some of that, you know. And I think as much as it has the score it has, I still think it's another underdog, because I think it's got a great score from the people that have seen it and know, but there are a lot of people that still don't know and should know, just like a lot of all the movies we've mentioned. I think every single one we've talked about tonight, everybody's is an excellent example of the ones that I've seen that I could speak for, at least. Which is most
so
of them anyway.
Poppa, what do you think? Are you a wrestling fan? You fighter? Do you like wrestling in any sense? And have you seen this movie?
Yeah. So actually, on my honorable mentions, if we get there, I would bring a full circle on a wrestling movie. It comes that way. But with that said, back to Mickey Rourke. So Mickey did a lot of great. Just to back it up a little bit, a lot of people don't know he was Freddie Roach's. So Freddie Roach, the trainer, he was one of his first students. Mickey Rourke actually was a pretty good boxer. I think he was undefeated. I think he had 5 or 6 fights.
I defer to you on that, because I'm not the expert.
Yeah. He was. So he went into obviously acting, but Freddie Roach always said he'd have been a champ. I think he was 6-0, maybe 5-0, and I think he had like 2 draws. I think he had like a total of maybe 8 or 9 fights. He also did another movie. It was
He
called
was
Bullet.
6-0-2 with 4
Okay.
knockouts.
Okay, yeah. So Freddie Roach was one of his was his main coach, if I'm not mistaken, back then, and Freddie always loved him. But yeah, Mickey Rourke and Melissa Tomei. I mean, my cousin Vinny. I mean, she was phenomenal in that movie. She was just phenomenal. With that said, yes, I watched it, and yes, I'm a big fan of Mickey Rourke. Like I said, he did a movie. It was called Bullet, where he was a boxer in that. I don't think a lot of people watched it. It's one of those nitty gritty movies, but it was I can't think of his name right now. He's an actor who maybe did The Pianist. It's just
Adrian Brody, that guy.
Adrian, yeah, it was his first film or one of his first films. It's called Bullet.
Yeah, you might be right about that.
With Tupac. It was such a. It's just his brother's a Marine. It's just Mickey Rourke's just one of those actors that if he doesn't tug at your heart, because a lot of times I don't think that man's acting. I think that's just him. That's just him who he portrays.
From the ones that that really strike with me, like there's so many movies. That was the Pope of Greenwich Village. Come on, man.
So in the amateur boxing side, from 64 to 73, he was the Florida Gold Gloves winner in 71, and 64 to 73, he had 27 amateur fights, including 12 straight knockouts. And in the professional, he went professional in 91.
That's what I was speaking.
And
I didn't realize the older ones. Yeah,
and had 8 more fights in that time. 6 wins, 2 draws, and those were kind of international.
Yeah.
But he suffered a number of broken noses, toes, ribs, and a split tongue.
His face, man, he didn't fare well with that, unfortunately.
And memory loss.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Freddie Roach and Chuck Zito were his 2
Oh,
main
Chuck
guys.
Zito. I know that name. Okay.
Yeah.
Los Angeles bodyguard. And then he used to come out to Sweet Child of Mine, which was a reference. Yeah, this is a good movie, man. I love this movie.
Another one I can't speak highly enough of.
Movie. It's a blast, and I never not like this movie. I am a huge wrestling fan, and there was a time in my life pre-meeting Brittany that I wanted to train to be a wrestler. And I remember when this movie came out, people were saying, this is kind of like the life of a, undercard wrestler working his way up, and they show all of the things in the background with, because he's he's like the guy at the end. He's like the Hulk Hogan at the time, kind of like he's done his thing. He's coming back. And this movie it is gritty. It's and good pick. Good pick. So let's finish this off. We are about to break that 2-hour mark, and then we'll get to our honorable mentions so we can get out of here tonight. Thank you guys for all being here. If you haven't already, hit the like. But my number one pick, if my wife is still here, and if my daughter, that favorite daughter of mine that you guys were talking about, not my favorite daughter. I got 2 of them. They're both amazing. She's actually with my other favorite daughter. She went to visit her this week down in Florida for the first time, kind of by herself, which is really cool. I love that. That she's actually watching, or was watching for a minute at least. And here's the deal. This is their favorite movie. This is their favorite movie of all time. And let me just bring up the stats. Another coach movie. This movie is all about the coach for sure. And if you know me, I come from New Orleans area. It's very integrated South. But yeah, I'm going with a 2000 movie. Going one of the greatest actors of all time, Denzel Washington. We have to go Remember the Titans. Somebody mentioned it earlier in the chat. This is the one movie I've mentioned before. Andy's mentioned this movie before. There's so many good movies, so many good quotes, so many good things out of this. my wife and I and my daughter that she's going to see, we actually did a great ministry where they use movies like this. And this is one of the movies. It's the first movie they always show in that ministry, because the idea originally when it was done was that this is what youth ministry really looks like, as a youth pastor coming into like just all the different personalities. But this movie shows unity, leadership. They overcome prejudice. It's very, back in the day where there's segregation. Favorite scenes are numerous, whether it's when they come in all together, unified, or when they're separate and you've got them fighting to the strong side, and all of that jazz. But the best moment to me is when he wakes them up early that morning. He marches them down. They're running. I was going to say that movie, but I forgot. Yeah, Prime. Thanks for still being here, Prime. And he runs all the way down to where the Battle of Gettysburg happened, right? And he brings them to that moment. He's like, this is what the battle is all about. Just another good coach. The music is just next level. Like it's old school rock, because this movie's old. Like not. It's set in an old time, right? And so older time, 71. So all the music's kind of from there. Left side, strong side. He gives the Gettysburg speech. I forgot about that. So yeah, real leaders don't build teams, they build trust. And then the iconic moment at the end, right? Bertier. Those guys, they win the game, got the girl, they're all hanging out partying. He goes to take off. He wants to do some impressing. Hits the gas of the muscle car, gets hit, and he's put in the hospital. And the nurse says, only family in here. And he's like, can't you tell? Don't we look alike? It's the nose. Listen, this movie is a must-watch TV for anybody. My family loves this movie. It's probably, I don't know, probably top 5 movie ever watched inside my home. All my family love this movie. But yeah, I'm going Remember the Titans as my number 1. And ironically, I moved up the ladder a little bit, but you guys, both of y'all have movies way over mine with the 98s and the 96s and 97. This one gets a 72, which I was kind of shocked. I think this movie,
a good Denzel movie. It's shocking.
I think it's criminal. This movie's not at least in the mid 80s. But yeah, here you go. What'd you think about Remember the Titans, guys?
God, I very little, to be honest with you. I think I've seen it once at the time, a while ago. I think I remember more of the Hurricane than I do this, to be honest with you.
Hurricane's a great movie as well.
Oh yeah, no, but I'm just saying, it's just like the things that are fresher in my brain. That I can't speak with authority on again because it's not one of those movies that was in my repetitive wheelhouse for movies that I have grown fond of, whether they're sports or otherwise. But again, just Denzel, and I know it was a good movie because I have seen it at least once for sure. It's just been a while.
Yeah, man. I have a feeling Poppa, you have an opinion on this one.
Oh yeah, I mean, again, it's like I'm like, let me in, like a caged animal here. Phenomenal movie, great pick. I kind of figured that was going to be picked. I think you said the soundtrack. The soundtrack's phenomenal because I think it's that. Oh man, what's the famous song? Ain't no mountain high enough.
Ain't no.
Remember they're singing that. No mountain. Yep, exactly. I mean,
the whole
yeah, I think they had a little bit of Cat Stevens. I remember Cat Stevens in it. I like just with music with me, it just hits. It's just not only the soundtrack. I mean, not to stray from what we're talking about, like Forrest Gump, one of the great for me. But the soundtrack itself is what makes that movie. That's Remember the Titans for me is a phenomenal. Just that soundtrack. When you said that, I'm like, I thought I was the only one. Just everything about it. Just the California.
Express Yourself, Charles Wright. Call on Me, the Bobby Blue Bland. Ain't No Mountain High Enough, Marvin Gaye. 70s, Spirit in the Sky.
Oh yeah.
Green Bomb, Peace Train, Cat Stevens, Good Call.
Excellent. Yep.
Nah, Hey Hey, Kiss 'Em Goodbye, Long Cool Woman in a Black Dress, The Hollies, Creedence, Up Around the Bend. That one, when it kicks on, dude, I am and A Hard Rain, A Hard Gonna Fall. and Them Changes by Buddy Miles. That's the soundtrack. Yeah,
I know the
good.
soundtrack better than the movie, ironically, but you know.
Yeah, and that's
just
the
the
thing.
songs.
Yeah, no. It's funny because with me, it's always music. It's like I have some.
Mhm.
Anyways, I just remember that the movie's fantastic, but the soundtrack to it, just, absolutely, just everything on there was just fantastic. But I mean, you get the California kid, like Sunshine when he came on the team, remember? And then, yeah, and his dad's like, hey, he should be able to play who he wants to play with. Just little things like that, like they stick up for each other, man. If that's not a team unit, I don't know what, just so you can just that movie. There's so many parts of it that you could just dissect it. Like, that's a great scene. I can go on and on and on.
Yeah, good stuff, man. So here's our list. So let's review real quick. Hoop Dream, Cinderella Man, Rookie of the Year, Bloodsport, The Wrestler, Murder Ball, Air Guitar Nation, King of Kong, and Remember the Titans, Coach Carter, Gridiron Gang, and Hardball. So those are the ones we cannot pick in this next round.
Yeah.
None of those, all those are off the board.
Yep.
It's time for our second round. Let's end this show right with our honorable mentions. We call it All About the Benjamins. Let's get it. Here's a fun story for you guys. Matt, I don't know if you've heard this story either, but Poppa, you've been here before, but you haven't probably watched the full show before, I know. But here's the thing. The reason we call it All About the Benjamins is because when we first started the show, I read somewhere that they thought about putting Benjamin Franklin on the mountain, and it didn't happen. So we're going to talk about what just missed your mountain today, and we call them Benjamins. So these are all the honorable mentions. Now, here's the way it's going to go. Poppa, you're first, and then it's going to be Matt, then me, and then it's going to come back me, Matt, you, Matt, me, Matt, you. You finish off. You start off with the first pick, finish off the last pick. Now, here's the thing. We all are kind of on a different train. So the goal is to get your 4 best that you can possibly do that's left without saying one that's been mentioned. So no Crushmores today, which is the first time in probably about maybe 2 or 3 months since a show with no Crushmores.
Well, so all my shows have been
a while.
Crushmore.
It's been a while. Yeah. It's been a while since no Crushmore. So here we go. Poppa, you're up first. What's the first movie that we need to talk about that missed your mountain? Now, look, by the way, we don't have to go into all of it like we did with the other ones.
No, I have
absolutely shout out whatever you can for any of the ones. Go ahead. You're up first, Poppa. What's the first movie that needs to be mentioned today that hasn't been mentioned?
All right. As you can see, my list goes from left to right, right to left. There's no reasoning behind it. And it just missed. Man, I just remember watching this movie with my brother-in-law who has such a great impact on me. Vision Quest.
Oh, man.
Yep,
That is,
I know.
Oh, my gosh.
That's what I haven't heard from in a long time.
So, and you know what hit me to that was the soundtrack, because Madonna was on that song. So I remember being a kid. Like, I've just had a beautiful life, man, and just raised by the right people at the right times. But I remember that with my brother-in-law. He was a wrestler in high school, and my sister got pregnant at a very young age, so he had to grow up fast. But I just remember him, and I always remember that you're on a Vision Quest, and it was just one of those things when we said wrestling, it just hit, man. It just hit. So it just missed my top 4 movies.
That brings back. Wow, I haven't seen that in ages.
Man, I have not thought of this in ages.
Yeah,
and
literally.
Vision Quest was one of my favorite movies back in the. I bet you this is a high ranking. Matt, which one just missed your mountain? What's your first pick?
This might be a Crushmore accidentally, and this is more of a commonly maybe one. 2000s Will Smith starring movie, The Legend of Bagger Vance.
Wow! So it won't be
Spiritual
a
rebirth through golf.
Good movie. I love this movie. So by the way, 63% on Vision Quest.
That's a criminal.
That's criminal.
Again,
too. That movie is too good for
Bagger
that.
Vance, I'm sure, did fairly well. It's a Will Smith vehicle, and it was fairly decent. Matt Damon and other people.
Wow.
I don't know.
You've fallen off the map, Dusty. Bagger Vance is a great movie. 43%.
Good Lord.
That's
Seriously.
That's
That
criminal.
is. That is.
So Bagger Vance is a Great Depression movie. Matt Damon, Robert Redford, whole nine. Great movie, man.
Yep.
Great movie. All right, so I get 2 picks. Which all right, so I'm gonna go. This is another kind of coaching movie. Honestly, I saw it once in the chat. Actually, it was the very first comment that I saw. It was his number one, Barry. This is a shout out to you if Barry, you still hanging out. Going Facing the Giants. Yeah, by the way, put your stuff in the chat, guys. Facing the Giants is a football movie. The one big scene that you guys all probably remember is the bear crawl where he's got to carry his teammate and he's got to do it blindfold, and he doesn't realize it, but he goes the whole 100 yards when he doesn't think he can go 10. But it is a Christian movie. It's based by the Farrelly brothers, not the Farrelly brothers, the Christian brothers that do all the movies. So, but anyways, great movie. I'm in need of one of those shirts. Yeah, we haven't printed these in a while, but yeah, we need to do them. And look here, I'll show you it says top 4, nothing more on the back. So in the pink and blue as per usual. But anyways, so that's my first one, and my next one is I'm gonna go kind of off the beaten path just a little bit, talking a lot of football. I've now had 3 football movies, 1 basketball, 1 baseball. I'm going to go with a hockey movie, and I'm going with Miracle, which this is one of the movies
good one.
Past. True story based on the USA team versus Russia.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm going to come in with Miracle. Underdog story. They shouldn't have won. And man, it's one of the greatest calls in sportcaster history. Kurt Russell movie. Going with Miracle. I bet you this one's high. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. You guys, what is okay, Matt? Now you can pick any other movie that hadn't been mentioned.
I got it. Trust me, but I got plenty. I think this one's a good one. It's someone we lost recently. Rest in peace. 1984 is The Natural with Robert Redford.
Natural. That's 2 Robert Redford in a row.
Yeah, but I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Have you not? That movie is just one of those roles of his that you just don't forget. Everybody probably has seen the scene with him hitting the ball into the scoreboard. That's an iconic scene even for non-fans.
By the way, and I knew it would be my lowest rated one on this whole thing. Facing the Giants, just Christian movies don't get high ratings.
Unfortunately.
17%.
Gee whiz, man.
Yeah, and then I pull off, and so between my number 5 and 6, I still didn't beat your 4, your 2, or your 1 by itself. 80% and 17% together. I get to 97, so I tied one of them. So anyways, but the Natural, good movie. This is a funny story for you guys, Poppa, Matt. This is the first movie ever that I cried at.
Ever. Oh wow!
Like I remember,
understandable. Yeah,
I remember as a little kid watching when because he spent the time, doing the Wonder Boy and all that, and then that one kid who's the bat boy asks him to make a bat, and then he breaks the bat. Now, this is a key part of the movie that always gets overlooked. Not the part where he hits the lights out, but he breaks the bat and he looks at the kid and he goes, "Get me a bat." And he walks in and he pulls out the bat they did together. And it reminds me of my dad quite a bit. Like, man, that's a good movie. That is such a good movie. All right, so here's the cool thing, Poppa. You get back-to-back picks now. The end of the 2nd round, beginning of the 3rd round. What you got?
All right. Well, I was going to go. I know we're not saying much of anything. As much as I love Chicago, I have a soft spot for Indiana, man. Hoosiers.
Hoosiers.
I was shocked nobody said that yet. I mean,
Dude,
you
it's
can't go
on
wrong
my
with a Gene
list.
Hackman movie to
That
begin
was
with.
going to be my next pick. Good job. That was going to be my next pick. And here's the fun thing about that movie. If I could just overshare, because I love this. My best friend. Okay. Sorry. My best friend's dad was my second dad. My dad, I didn't need a second dad, but this guy was my second dad. He was my world for most of my high school years and early college years. He passed away 3 years ago now, 2 years ago. And I had the pleasure of doing his funeral, if that means anything. So I had the pleasure of doing his funeral. His dad was on that coaching staff at Hoosiers.
Wow.
So his dad, because that's a true story. And
Yes.
let me make sure I do it justice, okay? Because Jay McCreary was the guy that I'm talking about. That was the guy I did the funeral for. His dad, Jay McCreary Sr., was the basketball player on that team. Okay, so he played on that team in 1939, 1940, Indiana Hoosiers with the national championship. Now, Jay McCreary went on to coach one of the greatest basketball players of all time, and that was at LSU, and he coached Pistol Pete Maravich. And my friend has Pistol Pete Maravich's LSU jersey. And when we were kids, it was I can't, let me see if I can find something here. Hold on 1 second. Here's a blanket. This is how the jersey was. Like this in the bottom of his closet. And as a kid, as a high school kid, we would pick it up and like, what is this? Oh, that's Pistol Pete Maravich's jersey.
Yeah, no big deal. No big deal.
No big deal. Just throw it back in
nowadays.
What? So his grandpa actually coached him at LSU and played on that team. So that's I was going to pull that one out next because of that story. But anyways, you got another pick there.
All right. Sorry, man. I didn't mean to take that one from you, Kirk.
Hackman, too, by the way.
Yes, obviously. Yeah, Gene Hackman. Real quick question: did he pass or is he still alive? Gene Hackman.
Yes,
No, he passed, right?
Really tragically.
He passed.
Oh gosh.
He just within the last 6 months, right? Okay, that's why I thought.
Him and his wife.
Yes.
It was a
Yes, disastrous. Yes. Now, as soon as I said that, I was like, yeah, Gene Hackman. Yeah.
February 18th. February 18th he passed.
Okay, yeah, and then so I don't know if this is my second to last or my last pick of the night.
Two more. You get this one, and then you get the last pick.
Gotcha. Well, this one, I don't know what's going to hit on the Rotten Tomatoes or wherever you're looking it up. For me, again, this is just for me. Now, all these, all these X Games now. Back then, it wasn't that big. Back then, skateboarding or like surfing or skydiving. Yeah. I imagine you do.
You might.
Just to think, it's a dude who plays football, ends up becoming a FBI agent, and then becomes a surfer. Point Break. Point Break. Yeah, and that just is close to home for me.
Of all time, dude, this movie is so good.
And I can see how some people are like, how does that even hit close to home inspirational? Just for me, I can promise you one thing. It hits close to home. It's just very inspirational to think like, it's the scene where he's like, hey, I want to go surfing. The kid's like, oh, you're never too old. He's like, I'm only 25. It's just a whole lifestyle that, he's a police officer on one end. He's a surfer on the other. He's a football. And somehow it all comes together, which is
Johnny Utah.
Yeah, Johnny, give me two. And which is, again, comes full circle. Gary Busey, who was also in Rookie of the Year.
Yes.
Yes. And Silver Bullet. That's the one I always think of.
Yeah. Oh, good.
He's a nutbag, that dude. Anyways, 69% is Point Break, 92% is Hoosiers, and 83% is The Natural, by the way.
Nice.
All criminally underrated to a degree.
And so Point Break, my favorite, dude, there's so many the presidential masks, the whole
Oh yeah,
the whole deal.
I am not
the
a crook.
crappy
I
remake.
love the final scene of this movie. With Swayze when he goes out and he's
Yeah.
he just wants that one last ride.
I
And
can't pattern New Zealand.
man, what a great movie. What a great movie.
And a terrible
Anyways.
remake.
Yeah, horrible remake. Horrible.
Yeah,
It was- yeah.
the remake didn't do enough
No.
justice.
Not even.
Dusty, you're up you got 2 more picks. What's this one?
Good Lord. Let's see. We got so many possibilities. Dang it. Okay. Hockey movie. There's a different one from me. 1999, Mystery Alaska.
Oh, good one. Mystery was on. We didn't do hockey movies. Unfortunately, hockey movies, there's just not enough for a whole show.
Enough. But,
I mean, there's a whole bunch of hockey movies, just not enough that are like fantastically great when you get to honorable mentions. So what we did is we did sports movies that weren't the big 3, baseball, basketball, football. And we mentioned a bunch of hockey movies on there, and Mystery came up in that show. So that's a good movie. Love this pick. Man, so Mystery Alaska, I forgot about that movie. Anyways,
that's great.
Good movie. Okay, I'm going to go with my son's favorite movie of all time. And I wasn't sure if I was going to do it or not, but I really am. It's Cannon's favorite movie. He wants to watch this movie at nauseum. If you've been around here, you know that we say that word. That just means a lot. And I'm going with my newest movie on the list, 2022. I'm going with Home Team. And Cannon absolutely loves wait, did I say the wrong one? I think I said the wrong one. He had Home Team. No, I'll pull it up in a second because Home Team is the Sean Payton movie, not Home Team. I'm going to go with my other pick, and while I look this one up, so my other pick is, and I'm scratching that one because that's the movie I want that's the wrong name, and I don't know why that's what I have on my list. But my other pick for sure is I am going to go with the only funny movie I think on my whole list. I'm going with Cool Runnings.
That was on my list of possibilities. You can't go wrong with a John Candy movie at all.
Yep, John Candy.
Can't go wrong.
I haven't watched this yet, and you may have seen it, but John Candy's documentary just came out, and I heard
I've been meaning to watch that because he's one of my all-time favorite comedic actors that I grew up with, especially because he unfortunately did not live long enough past our teenage-ish years, I believe, Kirk. I forget when he died. He was young and we were young, ironically. So
the movie, when I said Home Team, not the Sean Payton movie, there's nothing really inspiring about that except they did win the Super Bowl. That's Adam Sandler, that whole nine. But I'm going with another movie, very recent, that my son absolutely loves, 2020. That's what got me when I said 2022. I'm like, it's not that new. 2020, Safety from it's on the Disney Channel, and it is the movie about the Clemson kid who takes in his little brother and hides him on Clemson's campus. Ray McElrath, something like that. He goes on to play in the NFL, but he wins custody of his little brother, and they actually let him. And he played for Clemson, and he lived on campus, and the whole team kind of raised his little brother because his mom was down and out, and his mom, actually lived. They're from Atlanta, so they live about 30 minutes from where I'm at. And so we kind of know that area. It's pretty bad off. So I'm going with Safety, my newest pick. And that one's a shout out to Cannon. So There you go. That's how I'm finishing my mountain today. Back to you, Matt.
Yeah.
Your last pick.
Yeah, there's so many still that I've even seen shockingly because like I said, sports is not.
There
my
are a
main
ton of
wheelhouse,
really
but
good movies still out
There
there.
are. You don't have to be in the sports to even a lot of the ones that any of us have mentioned really because they're just good movies. But there are other ones I'm surprised. There's one that I'm surprised nobody said. I'm not gonna put it on my list, but it should be on everybody's list. But the one I'm going to say, which is probably not one a lot of people thought much of at the time or at all, maybe Moneyball.
Oh, it was
Oh.
on my list, but not.
Like not
a little
like,
further down. A little further down. This is the story of the Billy Bean and the Oakland
A's.
Athletics, which are now the Las Vegas Athletics, unfortunately. But by the way, safety is 78%. And Mystery Alaska was 36%.
That's cheap.
Yeah, and Moneyball is 94%.
Again, I just really like that movie, and again,
And
it was less
Cool
about the
Runnings
sports.
is 75%.
That is criminal for many reasons too.
All right, and last pick of the draft. Finish off this mountain so we can all go to bed and go tonight. Thanks for all the 8s of you hanging out. Make sure you hit the like button. But Poppa Bear, before you head out, tell us your very last pick that has to make a mountain today.
Oh man, I got to go back to what Matt's saying. There's like 10 of them.
Hey, there's girl dad. Hey, Andy, do you have a top 4 inspirational movies pick? Any of them? Barry's still in the house. B2, did you hear my shout out for you, B2? I shouted you out just a little while ago because I picked Facing the Giants for one of my honorable mentions. Just made it. Anyways, dude, I said it. I freaking said it. Where is he at?
Another good
I
one.
knew he was going to pick Angels in the outfield. Anyways, Poppa, last pick.
Man, I don't know. It's like 2 of them are sticking out, man. And I just got to go back to my childhood, and
Gotta roll the dice, man. Roll the dice.
Yeah,
Underdog.
It wouldn't be me if I didn't say it. It wouldn't be me if this is kind of what got me started on the whole karate and everything. Man, I'm sorry to tell you, man. The Karate Kid.
Yeah,
The Karate Kid, man.
There's nothing wrong with that at all.
Yeah, the Karate man,
Nothing
Elizabeth
wrong
Shue,
with that.
Ralph Macchio, just Johnny, just the whole movie. To this day, I still say the Karate Kid himself, Daniel LaRusso, he was the instigator. Poor Johnny. To this day, I'll defend Johnny to the day. Like it's funny. We always talk about it at work. I'm like,
there's a video about it.
There's a video about that.
He's the villain, supposedly, right? Yeah.
Well, it's like you feel bad for Daniel, but I got to go with Karate Kid, man. That was like, I don't know. It was just awesome. Awesome.
Hot take. Karate Kid 2 is more of my favorite, not a better movie necessarily.
True. I would agree for some of the fight scenes, especially when he was against that Chosun.
Just being in Korea and doing the whole and like Gloria Love, that song I wanted it to be
Chicago.
Chicago, Peter Cetera. Yeah.
I wanted that song to be my wedding song. My wife was like,
no.
Hell no. And
that song it could have been, honestly.
Woodlawn was one of your picks. So Andy picked Remember the Titans, Rushmore, and Woodlawn. I forgot about Woodlawn. Barry brought it up.
There's one I have that I'm surprised nobody said.
Forrest Gump, get out of here.
Yeah.
Get out.
I mean, he played football. He played ping pong. He was.
You know what?
That is an Andy pick. That's an Andy
But
pick.
it's not a
Woodlawn
bad-
is. I need to watch Woodlawn again. I totally botched on that one.
Real quick, no, I'm shocked that I wasn't because of the obviousness, but I'm so surprised that nobody of the 2 of you guys picked Field of Dreams.
So I love
Was
that.
not even on my list.
It's
Shocking.
on my list. I love that movie, but it's an inspirational movie.
Well,
I went a different route. Like
yeah,
and that movie was my number 1 favorite baseball movie of all time. Hot take.
Faith,
Sandlot
Second
was
Chances.
not number 1.
Another good one.
So Forrest Gump, Alabama's finest. Yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
thank you guys for all being here.
Yeah.
Before we head out, let me just shout out, let you guys shout out your channels. Everybody in the chat, put your channel in the chat. We had a great time tonight. Matt, tell everybody what they would find if they show up to Dusty Flotilla. What do you have coming up? Do you have any plans for some future videos? And share with them what's going on. Just broke 10,000. That's insane.
A couple months,
Andy,
2 months.
Andy,
Yeah.
real quick, Andy, look at this. I made a beta on the print and little book. It's sweet. Religious fanboy reminded me. Sandlot was more your era. Yeah, I mean Sandlot's a great movie. It's just Field of Dreams is much better. Go, Matt.
Again, my channel name's it's the same everywhere. Literally, YouTube, Dusty Flotilla, everywhere. Any big major, primarily Instagram and Facebook. I'm on heavily, the three most, including YouTube. There's a lot of Pokemon content, but that was never my goal. It just was. It's hard to explain, but I'm a pop culture guy, a geek, a nerd, whatever you want to call it. I love tech, I love movies, I love TV, I love music, and I want to integrate all that into just doing a mishmash of the stuff I want to share with other people, and also like stuff in my collection, whether it be cards, Pokemon cards, or other things. I have celebrity autographs, and I have a lot of other cool collectibles from things from anywhere and everywhere. And also video games too, which I've done a bit on myself. So nothing quite in the pipeline. It's just been kind of hectic. And I did I just do something recently? Oh yeah, I did. Mystery thing. But I'm not sure what's going to be next. I have a few more Pokemon videos that were in the can ready to go, but just nothing yet else different that I want to do that I'm working on, that I'm still trying to figure out. So, but if you're
what's the most prized celebrity autograph?
Prized? Honestly, and this isn't monetary value. This is you might laugh.
That's why I said prized.
Yes,
that's
because I one of the things I love the most, movie wise, in terms of stuff that I go back to a lot of, is comedy. And one of my favorite comedians / directors of all time, Mel Brooks. Plain and simple. Give me
Baseballs 2 coming out.
Anything he's in. Oh yeah, I know. I hope the goodness.
Oh, look at this. The Bengals are giving it away.
Oh God.
What on earth?
So I have quite a few, not a ton, but that one I was thrilled when I found I could get one. And I was just like, it's one of those ones people go, huh? When you see the picture, because like not everybody knows who he is. And I love Marx Brothers. I've loved the Three Stooges. I love early Mel Brooks, the producers, Blazing Saddles, all his movies, except for 12 Chairs. That was kind of bad.
My dad is a huge, my dad's passed away. My dad was a huge Mel Brooks fan. Blazing Saddles, the fart scene. I can remember as a little kid hearing my dad just like belly laughing and giggling because
Mine too. My dad was a fart joke guy. God bless him.
And my dad really wasn't even that guy. He loved jokes, but
I got it from him. I got to Mel Brooks especially. That was him and I shared a very big thing with movies.
I can't wait for Spaceballs 2.
I'm waiting and hoping at the same time.
The sequel.
Well, he's 100 billion years old, and it's like, how much involvement was he truly going to have? I hope. Because the people he has that's working on it right now are the people that made the sequel to History of the World. That was terrible. It was a miniseries on, I believe, Netflix of, more of the history of the world that he originally did. And was
the original History of the World is
phenomenal.
One of my favorite comedies of all time. All right.
Comedy / partial musical. Yep.
yeah. It's if we ever do top 4 slapstick, which
would be the king,
which we need to do. If you're a slapstick guy, Matt,
hardcore.
When movies come out, let's do slapstick. Andy, put it on the chat.
I know we talked about doing another movie one. I would be absolutely 100% for that.
Comedies.
I got one that nobody's seen already in my head.
Just off the wall, stupid.
I got one that nobody had. I guarantee you there's nobody's going to be on the list or their honorable mentions because it's one of these movies that was exactly as you described. You'll love it. Trust me. And you'll understand why.
I've seen a lot of this was
Maybe,
this
but
was
this is a pretty
anyways.
more nichier than other things.
All right.
So you'll see.
Poppa, it has been a pleasure. We have been talking about
Great
this. I
meeting
want
you.
you to hug that neck of your kid. So I just want to share this with you, Poppa. I thought for sure you were going to say Facing Nolan. And that because of who you were and your kid and the whole Facing Nolan is a phenomenal movie. The story of Nolan Ryan. So
yes. No. We've watched it many a times.
yeah, I was like, me. I thought that might be where you were going, but I was wrong. Tell them about Poppa Bear, Baby Bear. Tell them about the channel. What you got coming up? What can they find when they get there? Everybody go and like and subscribe to these two guys. They're a part of the community as much as any. So share what you got coming up, and then we'll head on out.
You got it. One more time, Barry. I did give you a shout out earlier, brother. I just don't know how to comment. I think Isaac made a comment too. I just looked at it about Ralph Macchio. But back to our channel. I think we're going to a lowrider show. It's going to be it's Dia de los Muertos, Day of the Dead kind of thing for Halloween. It's going to be a bunch of lowriders right in downtown. It's all downtown. It's going to be about maybe 30 or 50 cars. If you see our channel lately, I've been doing a lot of shorts. We all just went for a cruise last weekend, but I wish I could tell you we just kind of go whatever feels right. We'll just bust out the camera. I think you were with us, Kirk, not too long ago. We were by Wrigley. We're actually the John Candy Full Circle when he filmed the movie Uncle Buck. I think I showed you. Me and Nolan were going to rent the building that he lived at.
Pointed to the well, that's where they
Wow, that would be cool.
Yeah, it's right. And he's sleeping. He's like. He turns out the clapper and Wrigley Field goes up, but we were literally going to rent that. Yep, exactly. We're going to rent that apartment, and it was too small. I just remember that he's waking up. He's like, or he goes back to sleep. But yeah, we're just so nutty. I wish I could tell you we have this coming up, that coming up. I actually love to try my very best to give shout outs to so many more channels. There's a lot of more people who do things, who take this, like I say, the Rushmore, you guys, Andy, I didn't get to meet you. I'm sure I'll meet you soon. I mean, you guys do this. You guys are the real deal. Me and my son, we do it as much as we can. Just have fun with it. And any kind of subscribers we ever had or ever got, we always say thank you. God is great. He's on here. He's helped our channel a lot. He's just been good people and everybody we've met here. So anything down the pipelines, pretty much anything comes our way. Anything we feel like doing, we'll just bust it out there. And that's basically it. And again, man, just thank you so much. Just thank you for this opportunity to be with you guys. Thank you. Oh
man. Look, it always doesn't go unseen to have people come and hang out with us for 2+ hours on a Thursday night. It's just a really cool thing. Blocky Kid, what's up, dude? Haven't seen you in a while. Thanks for being here. Matter of fact, hug your dad. Give him a big hug for me. We'll hopefully see him soon. Yeah, thanks guys for being here. And man, you're never too late. You're always on time when it comes to being here on our show. So, well, guys, that's our show for tonight. Next week, we have Hammy and Son and my captain, my captain from when I was stationed in Iraq. He'll be on next week. We are talking. They're both Packer fans, so we're going to talk about favorite sports icons that you would want to go to dinner with. Right,
wow,
hang out at dinner.
Nice.
So probably a lot of stars, a lot of coaches, a lot of old folks, a lot of people that probably have a lot of knowledge of things. So yeah, hope to be here next week. Yeah, Blocky, we miss you, man. So man, I'm hoping that Joe Flacco can pull this off. He's about to win this game. Anyways, with that being said, we're going to finish off sports in 2 weeks with my buddy Ohio. We call him Ohio. His name's Bryant, and another guy called Nick Venom. He goes by that because he is a kind of wrestling personality, if you will, in the local circuits down in Louisiana. He does a show called World of Kayfabe. He's got a big announcement for World of Kayfabe. Prime, thanks for being here. But big announcement for World of Kayfabe podcast and where they're going with it in the future. But both of them are going to be on the show, and we are talking the dark or scary gimmicks. It's right before Halloween. It's right before Halloween. The dark or scary gimmicks of wrestling. Now, I'm just going to warn you right now. So you've heard it here first. Andy, if you're here, you can hear it here first. My daughter's playing playoff game is this Monday and Tuesday. It's a best of 3. If they win, they play Thursday morning. Yeah. They play Wednesday morning. If they lose that game Wednesday morning, they play Thursday night in Columbus, 2 hours from here. If I am going to do this show at all, it will be on my phone if she doesn't. And they will be playing in the state tournament for high school in the Elite 8. If they make it there, yeah, I'm going to be there, and I might be popping in like you, Andy. Because I already have my picks done. Oh, they just won. Amazing. Anyways, we love you guys. We'll see you guys next time. And let's tell everybody good night. So again, Poppa, Matt, it doesn't go unseen. We love you guys. Can't wait to have you guys on the stream again. Everybody in the chat, Prime, Blocky Kid, Andy, obviously Isaac, Barry, just Bryce, going back, whoever else was in the chat, Fox, Davey Lusko, who is now a member, religious fanboy. I don't know. I'm probably missing somebody. Kenneth, all you guys, Zach, love you guys to death. We'll see you next time, next Thursday. This is the Rushmore Show, where it's all about your top 4
and nothing more.
Nothing more.
Peace. Good night.